In what way?
They just think they're a lot bigger than what they are because they got Champions League and they thought they could like troll fans and push fans around, especially with the whole Izak thing. When we signed Ekatike, they was like, haha, yeah, we won, we got Izak, and we're gonna try and sign Ekatike too because you guys are losers.
Right.
Then we take Ekatike, then Izak throws his toys out the pram, and we're like, yo, you just got slapped in the mouth and we about to take your own. Like you And then there was the whole Sesko thing.
The Sesko. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we're better than Man United. Why would he, there's no chance United are going to win. He goes to United, they start crying. Wow. I'm just like, you're not United.
Sports,
like, you're not United, bro.
Sports storylines are more dramatic than anime.
By a distance.
And we're live, by the way. Welcome to the people.
Oh, great.
Oh, hello.
A little bit of football talk at the front.
Had to be done.
Right.
Which club
has to be done at least for 5 minutes.
Which club relates most to the Rocks Pirates? Completely dysfunctional, but has goats on them.
Man, the Galacticos from Madrid, probably in like the mid 2000s. It's probably the Rocks Pirates.
Yeah. I would say that, or you could say, like what? The Trouble team, the Trouble United team.
Silver Saint
you could
Arsenal.
say that.
Okay, definitely see that.
I don't know if I'd say Arsenal. I wouldn't use Arsenal. No, there's not enough. There's got to be one big magnanimous personality and then a bunch of stars surrounded by that crazy big personality, right?
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
And it's got to be a personality of someone that's like, this guy, he does whatever the hell he wants. The other team members don't really care. They're just trying to get their own too, but it just somehow works. So I'm trying to think of what team. I mean, that definitely does sound like CR7's Madrid from like 14 to like, from like 2013 to like 16, with Bale and Benzema. I'm thinking that team. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That actually is a good pick. Is Zidane Rocks? He's the one that brought them together.
No. So Ronaldo's Rocks there, right? But remember, he got Bale, he got Alonso, right? Ozil, or Loki. What if Jose Mourinho's Rocks? Loki, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that doesn't fit.
So is Pep Roger?
You said what?
Is Pep Roger? Whenever they were clashing.
Loki, yes. Honestly, yes. Yes, I would say that. Yeah. I'd say that. Got 100% say that.
So, boys, talk to me about One Piece. The last How long has this been? 100 chapters, 2 years? Who knows how long we've been?
Yeah, dude.
Since we've been together. Holy.
It's been a minute, bro. Dude, Jay, I'm curious, man. How you felt about it? I haven't talked to you in a while.
About Elbaf?
Yeah.
It's funny. I am surprisingly. I mean, I'm locked in a sense that not locked in as in like I'm going back and reading old One Piece chapters and making theories. I think those days for me are kind of over. But in terms of the reader, I am excited when I'm opening up a chapter. Like, I'm excited to see what's coming next. Like, I'm actually thinking about what could possibly happen next. And I don't know if it's going to stay after this Rocks flashback, but I really hope Oda knits in what comes when we come back to Emu and the Giants and all that. I hope Oda really like connects what's happening currently to the past. Like, that's what I'm really hoping for, because what we're getting with this flashback it's the best in post time skip, man. It's the best. It's better than Egghead already. In terms of the flashback and the content. Plot relevancy, it's already better than Egghead. And I'm surprised, because Egghead to me was the best arc in post time skip. So that's where I'm at. What about you?
No, dude. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, just in regards to, I really can't wait until we get out of this flashback to see how we tie all that together, because there has to be a reason. This is Oda we're talking about. We think back to Wapol or the Robin flashback. Anytime we get a flashback before a major event or something that's going to happen in the now, it's because it's going to directly connect to it, and I really can't wait to see what that is. And I think it has to do with the Emu stuff, the Loki stuff, obviously because we're in this flashback. But this flashback, bro, like these last like since Emu touched down on Elbaf until the most recent chapter has been some of my favorite stuff like in the series. It's been so much fun. It's like every single week has been a blast just to think about what could potentially happen. Even before that, like with the mural. The mural was one of my favorite chapters ever. That was a theory session and a half every time we got together to talk about that. So it's like Elbaf has taken so much about what I love about the series, from the adventure aspect, the theory crafting aspect, the super hype, fun stuff, the reveals, the character introductions. But then you have Oda at his best when it comes to the flashbacks. And it's just, when you have a character as charismatic as Rocks, and a dude that I would love like a movie from this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to spend more time with the dude because he's just that charismatic and that cool. And then you bring in the Roger stuff, you bring in the Shaki stuff, you bring in all of the craziness happening around that within Loki's flashback, and it's like, where else can we take this?
I think Oda
it's so much fun.
I think Oda did a very like subtle but like very important thing. He didn't play no games. On the text box, father of Blackbeard, right?
Right.
So you know all this stuff is relevant to Blackbeard now, instead of, just
100%.
speculation or whatever. It puts Blackbeard back on that pedestal as like final villain material, just with that one little text box.
Yeah,
which is what
I love that you brought that up, because it has been that back and forth, right? Because when I remember when I left the mural, I was like, not Emu's final villain. Now in this flashback, I'm like, Lord Blackbeard's final villain.
Yeah,
so it's like, I don't know anymore,
I think
man.
Oda
I think
knows,
that's fun.
I think Oda knows Imu's got that spotlight recently, so he had to put father of Blackbeard just to bring it back to Blackbeard.
Right. 100%. It's still a pirate manga, man. Listen, when Rock said Davy Jonesian, I was like, it's still a pirate manga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I've always wanted.
So did any of you guys go back and read the Longland, get any like Davy Jones knowledge? Did you guys do any of that research yet?
We did it the night of that stream, but I don't remember exactly what it was that we found. Right. I know it was a few things.
Yeah, they kind of just call him a scoundrel, don't they? He's like a bum. Well, he's an evil pirate, I guess. I think that's what it was. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Jay?
No, I was saying I haven't done any deep research on Davy Jones. I mean, they kind of mentioned him loosely, didn't they?
Yeah, they kind of just describe him as a scoundrel or whatever, but it's not really a lot of like detailed lore. There's kind of like this thing in One Piece where there's like this quote unquote pirate code that's kind of like subtle throughout the story that like some people mention. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as like a Davy Jones code or not, but could be.
Yeah,
who knows,
I'm very curious, especially like because obviously we live in a world post mural, and so I wonder how like the Davy Jones stuff has to connect to that, because for Emu, bro, Rocks pulled up on him, and Emu was still chilling, like still with the butterfly and the thing. But the moment Rocks brought up the Davy Jones as a concept, Emu turned around. So I wonder what that has to imply for, because we know Joy Boy's the first pirate. So I wonder how that connects to the Joy Boy stuff and the Davy Jones stuff and all that. It's an intriguing time, man. And obviously Rocks has all this information. It's like, how did he get all that information?
Do you think Oda's doing like a duality of like each generation? There's like there's a Joy Boy and then there's a Davy Jones kind of yin and yang situation going on.
And every generation has a Blackbeard.
Yeah,
like Blackbeard-esque character.
There's Blackbeard. There's Rocks. There's like the evil D, as it were, like the.
Right.
Yeah, because to me, the whole prophecy is basically Nika's going to destroy the world. It just depends on what you interpret that meaning to be, which I think is like two different angles on what people interpret. That's kind of like what one of the themes is in Elbaf, right? It's the interpretation of what Nika means. So yeah.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. No, that's... I mean, it's funny because when you think about the world could mean many different things, right? It doesn't mean the living world, but it could be the world as you know it, right? And then and that's back to perspective, because when you think about the world, you also think about the world government, right? And how the world government governs the world. If they destroy the world government, technically they're destroying the world.
Right. Well,
So-
we all assume Luffy's going to destroy the Red Line as of the major theory, just based on Fisherman Island and shit, right? So that's like, Luffy will literally like remake the planet. He will destroy a lot of stuff in the process. So it's kind of like how like Loki like believes in rocks, but he also thinks he's Nico. Right. He also thinks he's a son of God.
Right.
So like there's various interpretations of what Nico means, I think, throughout every generation, but it's kind of. Do you think Rox knows though the history? It's kind of vague, right?
Yeah, I'm so curious on that because obviously he knew who Emu. It's like he wanted to confirm what he knew. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like verify it, confirm it when he went up there. So my first thought whenever he went to Elbaf after that was, oh, does he know that over there is like something like the mural or something like the 3,000-year-old lab or whatever it was to go confirm it? We never got to see that. Right. But I don't think he knows the full picture, but I think he knows a lot of the picture. I just don't know how he knows that. And it has to be connected to that Davy Jones thing.
You would assume if he's clearly about power, right? We saw that last week. Like he's just trying to amass the most amount of power he can. You would assume he would be trying to get his hands on the ancient weapons if he knew they existed, right?
Right.
So like, is that what the galley asked for? Assumably to build Pluton for him.
Mm-hmm. I would
probably
so.
Yeah. I would say you don't pull up to Marry Joa, and you don't pull up to where Emo's specifically at without knowing the secrets of this world. Like you just don't do that.
Surely,
right? And it's
surely he can't know everything though, because it like he would surely then he'd know he'd need the One Piece to do it. If he knew everything.
Well, so then let's talk about that. Because why is the One Piece the de facto way to learn the history of the world? Who said that's the only way to learn? That's just Joy Boy's journey. You don't think there's other ways to learn the history of the world?
I'm sure there's passed down knowledge similar to like Elbaf. I'm sure like the Marshall D's or the whatever D clan it is have their own narratives and stories that tell each other throughout the generations, right?
Right. I mean, that's what Elbaf is telling us, right? Go ahead.
Exactly. No, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was going to say that's like what Elbaf is telling us, that like the different perspectives, so like the Nika thing, right? To some he's a destroyer, to others he's a savior because of the stories they've been told and the perspectives that they have. Could be the very same thing with what we're seeing here, right? Like perhaps Rox got a different interpretation of that through the Marshall lineage, whatever it was, on the very same story that we're going to hear from Joe Boy's perspective, right? Next time, it's sort of like how in the Bible, for example. You have the same types of events happening, but you're seeing them through different eyes. And so I could see a very similar thing happening within the One Piece story, especially with the Marshall D thing. But I think that's where Rox potentially got some of this stuff. But go ahead, JD.
No, I mean I agree with you. I think it's there's a case to say that because we don't know what the One Piece is. Don't assume that that's just going to be the one thing where everyone's going to learn about the world, because Roger did not. I doubt Roger even knows Emu exists until after the poneglyphs.
He probably does,
but there's no guarantee of that, right? So like Roger and Rayleigh probably do after the One Piece, maybe because Joy Boy probably gave them a story which told them about Emu.
Yeah.
But then before even the One Piece, they didn't know about it. So it's either but that's my point. Because think about it. If Rox found the One Piece and said, this is useless, I don't need this, and left, then that's a whole other story.
I don't think you can do that.
Because imagine if Rox...
You can't do that, though. Because then you just ruin one character. You can't do that. There's no way.
But you can. The thing is, you can. Okay, but so explain that to me, because Rox and Roger have two different motivations.
Because Roger is the narrative hook to the entire story. You can't just completely disintegrate the Pirate King as a narrative device. But that's ridiculous.
But that doesn't disintegrate him as a narrative device. It gives Rox more staying power within the narrative, because Blackbeard is also the main antagonist.
Yeah, but
anything Rox does,
Roger though. Heavily undercuts Roger.
But I don't think it does, because it all depends on what the One Piece is, right? Because if the One Piece, so here's a weird Mickey theory that you could throw out there and say the One Piece is actually, say, one missing ingredient or one missing thing that allows you to use a final ancient weapon or to put all the ancient weapons together or something like that, and Joy Boy hid it as a joke. Imagine that's the one thing that made Roger laugh and be like, "This could actually destroy the world." And Joy Boy, you played one final prank.
I think it's
and left this one piece that they need. That'd be funny to me. I think that'd be hilarious.
I think the One Piece is the eternal flame. I think
like the eternal flame itself.
Yeah, I think the One Piece is the eternal flame. I think that's almost pretty clear at this point, right? Like, if you look at,
but then they have the Mother Flame.
Yeah, but the Mother Flame's useless. It's a one-time thing. It's like a.
Is it?
It's not an infinite fuel source. It's just a fuel source that Vegapunk has to make. The Eternal Flame is supposed to be eternal, right? It's supposed to be.
But the Mother Flame is still. But I'm pretty sure they said the Mother Flame is literally an eternal source of energy.
I can't remember.
Did they not mention that
specifically? It's not, because he has to make more for the world government to use their weapons, right? He constantly has to produce it. This is why.
But there's only one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they already.
There's only one flame.
They already used it, presumably on Lulusia, right? So there's two.
They never mentioned that again.
That shot. Like that
but
that shot of it.
Right? They wanted to test.
Right.
Their power.
Yeah,
so assumably Vegapunk sent them one. So if it was eternal, he wouldn't need two.
Yeah.
Vegapunk still considers it a failure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
look at
I think
the mural,
way that I see it is sort of like, the Mother Flame is what Momonosuke's fruit is to Kaido's fruit.
Yeah.
Like, so the eternal one is like Kaido's fruit. Just to use this analogy, like the actual real thing, and then the Mother Flame, the recreation of that, is like the Momonosuke version of it, the incomplete version, the imperfect version.
This is why you need the Nika fruit, is to harness the sun, quote unquote, right? And then you look at the mural and who's holding the sun, right? The eternal flame, as it were. Because my interpretation of the mural is they mined the earth for the Mother Flame, and then they uncovered the eternal flame and it caused cataclysms. That's my interpretation of the mural.
Okay.
And then they used the eternal flame to destroy the planet because of, human greed or whatever. And then Joy Boy locked it away so that world government could never use it. That's why they've been hampered for 800 years, and Vegapunk had to remake the fuel source to use the ancient weapons. So, assumably that's why you need the Nika fruit, is to harness the eternal flame, because it's the sun god, right? And you always see Luffy mirrored with the sun. It's kind of like, that's how I interpret it anyway. But so yeah, you assumably you get the eternal flame, and then you can just use all the ancient weapons and destroy the world government. In my assumption, but I'm sure someone will steal it at some point.
Okay.
And then Luffy gets eternal flame mode and fights Blackbeard. Who knows?
I definitely do think, whenever we get to the One Piece, it's going to be, so going back to the rocks thing to bring this all together. My boy Cole,
King of Lion.
Oh, what's up?
Shout out, my guy, man. What's good, bro?
How you guys doing? It's been a minute. Recon, how you doing, dude? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you? For real, it's been too long, man.
Yeah, not bad at all, bro. What's up, Jay?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Not bad, bro. Chilling, working, streaming a fuck ton. A lot of streaming.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know how you feel. Bro, I streamed 3 hours before this, so I'm with you, bro.
I'm streaming right now. Jesus Christ.
Hello, King of Lightning chat.
Yo, what's up? I think live right now. Oh, phone.
Shout out.
Yeah. We were just talking about how the Eternal Flame is probably the One Piece, in my opinion, anyway. And rocks and shit. But yeah.
Really?
I mean, I just explained it. Let me explain it again.
So Eric said this wild statement that Rocks knowing the history of the world without finding the One Piece or possibly finding the One Piece.
No, you said he
and
found the One Piece and he's like,
destroys.
nah.
Oh yeah. And he said he doesn't care about it, and that apparently destroys Roger's character. And I was like, I don't see how that destroys Roger's character. Because if Rocks doesn't care, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, hold on. Run it back to me again. So you're saying what now?
So, because people are like, all right, well, do we think Rocks knows the history of the world? I'm like, it'd be ridiculous if he doesn't, and then he just pulls up to Emu's private chambers and not know the history of the world. That's a little wild. So then my point is that there's a way. I always told you there's a way that you can learn about the history of the world without finding the One Piece. But it could be possible that if Rocks did find the One Piece and just did not care because it didn't serve his ultimate goal, then that's okay too, and maybe that's how he found out. And then Eric's making the argument, but that would destroy Roger's character.
Well, yeah, because it feels like Roger should be the first person to find One Piece treasure after all that time, and then because the correlation should be from what Joy Boy to Roger, then from Roger to Shanks, and from Shanks to Luffy. I mean, yeah. So I don't see how you get a situation where you have Rocks find the treasure first, and then you have Roger find it afterwards.
Yeah,
he probably knew about it.
Undercuts the Pirate King and the entire 1,000 chapters of building of Roger is ridiculous. It also just kind of makes him fraudulent because he wasn't the first either. It'd be stupid.
Right. Yeah, it's like Roger was like, so what was it? Like Roger goes over to Lodestar.
Yeah.
And then he realizes, okay, timeout. There's something about the world that's off. Lodestar's not the last island. There's something else that's there. And then he finds Odin who can read the poneglyphs. And then from there, they're able to actually find out where the rope poneglyphs are. They know about that. And then they go on this whole journey. Like, I don't think Rock's the kind of guy, like, unless Rocks knew beforehand for some crazy reason that like where it was located, then there's no way he's beating out Roger for the treasure. There's no way. Yeah. Nah, it can't be it, bro.
We got some donuts here. Bane, Roger didn't know Lifetail existed until post Rocks, which I guess is a fair
exactly.
Point. And then
like, exactly.
And then $5 from him again. Rocks didn't care about the One Piece in his grand plan to take down Mural. I mean, like, this is the thing.
That's my point. That's my point.
Just
specifically to be king of the world.
Yeah, but mechanically.
Yeah, think about it. It's like, hold on, because like Jay, think about it, right? It's like we have the Vegapunk's speech where Vegapunk says, like, the person that finds the One Piece treasure is gonna be the person that's gonna be able to like change the world. If the guy wants to rule the world, yeah. So if the guy rules the world, then by default he'd want that treasure too, because it's corresponding to the world itself in some way.
Yeah.
So now, hold on though.
He just didn't know
that's
about
after. But again, this is all after Roger found the One Piece. So like,
Jay, the whole premise of the story is no one found it for 800 years except Roger, right? That's the entire premise of One Piece. You can't just be like, nah, Rocks found it first, but it's
so actually here's an interesting statement. Was it even known as the One Piece before Roger found it?
That's the point. Roger coined it. Roger exclaimed
so if Rocks, hold on now. Let me. Let me.
He coined last.
Yeah, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with it though, because if Roger called it the One Piece, what if Rocks found it but didn't call it the One Piece and he didn't care about it? So then Roger's just taking claim to all of this stuff and be like, "Oh, look at me! I found the One Piece. I'm gonna name it," but it didn't serve Rock's ultimate agenda.
This would be
That's why.
This would be like Sasuke becoming Hokage first and then Naruto second, like after him. It's like stupid.
Oof. Kill me cringe.
That is kill me cringe. Yeah. So it's like, my thing is, it's like Rocks already knew what he needed to be king of the world. That had nothing to do with the One Piece, which means there was a criteria that he was trying to meet to do that, which means you could, if you completely discredit the One Piece, right, and you get rid of it, then he needed.
Let's discredit the entire point of the story and the goal. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea.
So I understand that. I understand that, but I'm saying Rocks had an idea that did not involve the One Piece, or something that already involved the One Piece, but that wasn't a part of his plans. Right? Then my question is what could that be? And it involved the history of the world, because you don't want a group of ancient giants and shipwrights for the case of just not attacking Marry Joa, not killing Emu, Emu is the center of the secret of the world in the first place.
We all assume, right, that like he needs the Yami to take out Emu, right? Is that what we're on the same page on that?
Rocks or
Rocks, yeah.
or Blackbeard?
Rocks.
I don't know about that one. I mean, because I think that I think that Blackbeard, if he wants Emu's power specifically, he needs the Yami Yami. But you may not need the Yami Yami to actually defeat Emu.
Maybe. Assumably, you take out his immortality with the Yami Yami, and that's how you defeat him.
I mean, if we believe in the idea of hockey transcends all things, then you would assume that if you just have strong enough hockey, you could do it. There's a reason why Joy Boy scares the shit. Like, just feeling Joy Boy's hockey scares the shit out of Emu. It's because if you have strong enough hockey, ideally, even immortality wouldn't work.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. This is the thing, though, King. These are evil men that want to take shortcuts. They're not, like, correct.
Sure.
The only reason why I bring up the Yami
Is Rocks
Yami
really
is
evil, or is
because,
he
like,
bad-natured?
The only reason why I bring up the Yami Yami is because, like, it's a 40-year Blackbeard plan. Obviously, he needed to know why the Yami Yami is important, right? Oda needs to start hyping that up as a fruit that's, like, required. It can't be just a random thing Blackbeard thought about, right? Surely.
If Blackbeard knew about Emu's existence the entire time, like the same way as his dad did, then yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, like Blackbeard's carrying Rock's will. I think that's obvious.
But think about it, though. It's like has BB ever been interested in Elbaf at all? Like Elbaf and whatever they're rocking.
That's the thing, though. Yeah.
That's the issue. Yeah, it's like Elbaf's crew apparently is just as important. Like he needs Haral to. You need to have a giant specifically on your crew to get that power, and then but Blackbeard's never care about that.
Odin is hyping up a Loki to like infinite levels. Like it's more than Odin at this point. Like
he is.
It's crazy.
Like Loki's getting so much gas, it's nuts.
Yeah, dude. What do y'all think that fruit is? That's
I think it's the world serpent.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the same thought. So it's crazy because I had the same thought too. So there's a line. I have the page.
Because the cataclysm, the first cataclysm,
also I'm echoing somewhere,
snake, which assumably is the world serpent.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there is a line that Dory and Brogy say in chapter 129, and then it's before they cut the giant island eater in half, and then they say, the only thing we can't pierce is a snake soaked in blood. And I don't know why they say this fucking line, but now I think after like 1,100 chapters, I think Oda's finally kind of getting to it, where maybe they're referring to the red line itself, where something about Elbafian history refers to the red line's creation. And what's also very important too, I think, is the first Galela band, where these guys were probably, I think, either A, the builders of the Red Line, or B, they made the Noah Ark in some way too, where they are the ones that the Seekers refer to as well. The Galela band that had ancient giants that also shipwrights as well, or built as well. So it's like, I think the important detail is that these guys have, or this power may have some correlation to a creation of the Red Line. We're listed the Galela band, and also the Galela band themselves could be the builders of the Noah Ark. So that's something right now.
Yeah, I do think they were the builders of Noah for sure. 100%. Without a shadow of doubt.
Also, just based on Loki's design, I think it's a snake just because of his eyes. And yes, I know he had them because he was born, but like it's just character design stuff. Like you give him snake
eyes,
because he's going to transform into a snake.
Is it a snake or is it more like? So remember the idea of like you have the demons in One Piece and how like is there an actual underworld in One Piece? Like is there an actual physical planet of existence that's called the underworld?
Yes, because Brook claims it to be so, and there's heaven. So.
Okay. Yeah, see, I like that. I do.
Because Loudgy literally flies to heaven, right? If we're assuming that's not a gag.
We're gonna get into some underworld stuff. We're gonna get into some afterlife stuff because that could get messy.
I don't think Oda will ever
afterlife
go there,
or an actual like underworld, like under the ground somewhere. And that's the thought.
And, the spirits exist as well. So
I definitely think if we do, it'll be explored in the astral realm, at least like thoroughly for the first time.
Realm. Like it's Berserk.
Yeah, like whenever we get to the Berserk, I meant the realm above. What's the one on top? The top realm.
Heaven
Elbaf. I forgot what it's called. Helven realm. Thank you.
No one. That's funny. No one's mentioned the heaven realm. Nothing about it for like 40 chapters. It's just like there.
Yeah. Going back to the snake thing, I think that's really interesting because we've received so many throughout the course of this entire arc. There's been so many references to multiple different mythologies and religions, and I think it would be so interesting to have someone like Loki, who was cursed from birth, to have something like the snake, just going back to the Garden of Eden story in the Book of Genesis. I think that would be such a cool way to odify something like that within the narrative.
I think Oda's gonna try and do like a similar thing to like a Ragnarok parallel with Loki. It won't be exactly the same because of, there's always these characters missing and it's always a little bit different. But like, yeah, because like it doesn't Yomagenda the snake kill Thor in the battle? I think that's
he fights. He fights Thor, but I don't think he kills Thor.
I think he kills Thor. I can't remember specifically, but yeah,
he might.
Yeah, but like Loki, yeah, like it's the Cursed Prince. He wants to destroy Elbaf. He wants to destroy the world. It's like kind of like a similar thing to like Ragnarok in terms of like the destruction of the Earth brings a new Earth kind of situation.
So is Loki's then power, let's say, correlating to? Remember, okay, there's that thing about how like the red line will either sink or the red line will. I mean, honestly, I really want Oda to go more sci-fi and have the red line actually float up, but whatever. But either way, like
I like that, honestly.
I think the snake fruit is the Earth God.
The snake fruit is the Earth God.
The snake, yeah, because it's in the form of a snake god because it's like an elemental cataclysm of lava and fire, right?
So not like some Logia thing that you'd see with what's his face with like Greenbow, but you think there's actual like Logia?
It might literally be made out of fire, but
yeah, a mythical Logia. So okay, because I think the idea, maybe I'm wrong here, but we may not have powers because we don't know if powers existed back then the same way they do now. We know that there was an ancient encyclopedia of the different powers, but they're the same ones as far as you know, except for the one change where they changed the Model Nika to the Gum fruit. So if there's an Earth God power, then that Earth God will. Is it like specifically for the red line? So like how like what's his face? Aval Pizarro has specifically the island fruit, but then could there be something similar for that where it's like okay, where there's specifically one that can control the red line?
Well, if you kill a giant lava snake, what does it make? Rock. That's red.
If you kill a giant lava snake, what do you make?
Because it hits the water and cools and it makes rock, right?
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
If that's the case, do you think that's what they worshipped back in the Nolan Kagar
stuff as well? Remember Skypiea, the snake god?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because Skypiea was.
That's fair.
But because Skypiea is iffy because like, I think that they refer to like all these deities, but I think in one of the transitions they say that actually they're talking about. I think it's called Kagura, like itself. Not Kagura, Kashigami. Yeah. Like the snake itself is all those. Like it is the forest god, it is the rain god, it is the sun god.
They worship the snake.
Right, the snake itself is that. Right.
That's Oda playing with interpretation of lore, right? Because even the giants don't have the events clear. That there's vagary in their storytelling.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, the mural's a big sign of that too. So then, in the mural, then I'm wondering, then, what the hell is that thing fighting the snake? Because it's like you see, like there's a giant snake. I think it's I know people say it's a combined into like Act 1, Act 2, but I think it's different worlds. Yeah. Like different iterations of the world's history. But there's that big like phoenix or that big. Like Jean Grey's up there fighting against the snake. It's like, who the hell is this? Like who are you? Like, why is there a gigantic phoenix in the sky?
Jean Grey.
Honestly, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like who? What is this thing?
Is it Marco?
And so,
just based off
Marco Awakened. Yeah.
Just what you said before, right? With you don't know if Delphros were back in the day. It does say the people dreamed Nika, right?
Right.
They dreamed the sun god, which implies through Vegapunk's story that like Delfruit's in the manifestation of dreams, so they dreamt the Delfruit for Nika, right? I don't think they dreamt a god manifest of a god, right? They dreamt the manifest of the Delfruit.
Probably.
Right.
I mean,
that could just be a thing that is going to lead towards Devil Fruits being some sort of futuristic technology we just can't understand in the story.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I think the quote unquote gods are just like aliens. I don't think they're actual spirits.
Right. I can't agree. Things they can't understand.
Yeah.
Or if you think Vegapunk's words about powers come from like another plane of existence, it could be that plane of existence too. Like because I feel. And maybe just me being a film red, sympathizer, but I just feel like that movie kind of gives us a hindsight of like, hey, There are other planes of existence that exist in the story.
Yeah, they do.
Because and then maybe back in the day that access to more of these planes, and let's say this eternal fire, that I think honestly is probably the treasure. I agree with you. I think it's a treasure full on. I think that eternal fire could have came from another plane of existence way back when. Maybe. So like you see like you do see in some mythologies where in the past they're more like there's an era of gods, and then that era of gods is no longer existence because of the events of technology kind of stuff. I think that could be going on here with One Piece.
The eternal flame literally might be the planet core they mined out, which caused the cataclysm.
Sure.
It might be.
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
We got a few donos as well. Breezy Bird's talking about Dragon's aura in the new opening. You guys see the new opening yet?
Oh yeah,
no, not yet.
Not yet.
I'll watch it tomorrow on stream. I haven't seen it yet. How fire is it?
Shanks has more aura.
Oh, it's great.
Dragon's got aura.
All right, good.
It's a great one.
Because Dragon needs more now. Because Dragon's getting dunked on like nobody's business, man. Oof.
Yes, he is.
There is a very high possibility that Jay, there's a very high possibility that Dragon is not burning down Marry Joa. It's Blackbeard. Very high possibility.
I'm almost certain it's Blackbeard. The fact that people said it was Dragon, I said, on what grounds do you think Dragon has the balls?
Because think about this,
to
Jay,
do something like
Jay, if we're in the final saga and there's 2 acts left, Blackbeard basically has to kill Aimu after Elbaf. There's not a lot of time to do that.
I definitely think I definitely think it's Blackbeard now because of what Rock said.
What?
Yo, for real.
There's not enough.
But hold on though. So, but my retort would be, well, there's a scene where we have BB talk to Kobe and tell him, well, my dream is to have this island be a nation under the world government's control, essentially. So then he'd use that to his advantage. So, but now it's actually fuck that. We're just gonna attack. We're gonna strike.
Though, King. It's been 5 days. How long has it been since that egghead?
Where you think that
it's been a week?
Where you think that in 5 days they actually contacted Fuller Island, they put them under their wing, and then like, bro, wait a minute,
let's
that's crazy.
Let's have a meeting in Marry Joa.
Wow.
And then he goes to Marry Joa. He's like, let's have a meeting.
Within that 5-day time span, they already became a certified world government nation, and then the moment they signed the dotted line, they immediately striked. What?
Look what happened with him. Fell down. He became a warlord. And then
bro, but listen, bro, Blackbeard is someone that lets you know. Just like
Luffy was scouting.
He don't let you know what the end goal is. That's also phase 5.
But Luffy was scouting. They were ready to go.
Like we're not gonna let that marinate for, let's say, like a few months or something.
We signed it. Now,
One Piece is gonna be over in a few months.
Did Rock let it marinate? Because Rock is not a marinator, bro. He no seasoning, bro. He threw it straight on the grill. He don't marinate.
Nah,
I think that King thinks just like, let me get an audience so I can do my plan, not necessarily let me make a kingdom and then do it. He's like, let me get an audience so I can get
okay, so he just wanted to be in proximity, and then he strikes, now I'm in proximity, I strike.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is something that was possible, but I felt like the world government wouldn't be so. Yeah, they could have been desperate, but at the same time, they should have been on guard. What happened last time? They had him be a warlord of the sea. Then he betrayed them, and then he took all their dudes.
They're not very smart.
But that's not even that's just retarded at that point.
Luffy's
there's no way.
Poster out.
I mean, sure, but that was because one of the damn CPA just messed up. But when you're on ground zero, you're literally on the Holy Land itself, and then you're inviting BB to the Holy Land, the guy that betrayed you once. I mean, come on, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Whoa. There's no way. Like, you wouldn't do that on the Holy Land. I mean, unless they use, unless Kyrie and Devon, that's they play.
Maybe they called Shamrock just for muscle.
Damn.
Maybe.
I mean, you know what's kind of crazy too? Like,
they are incompetent, man. They've been voted.
You call Shamrock back. You need to have Killingham, and you need to have Gunko. You need to have all the other one. What's his name? Summers. You need all these guys back for Blackbeard.
What Christian I think is gonna happen in Elbaf is Luffy defeats Gunko Aimu or whatever.
Yeah.
That weakens Aimu, and then Blackbeard strikes in Marry Joa. That's what I think.
Well, that's his chance to actually claim Emu, and then Emu. And then Emu.
Because like Luffy defeats Gunko / Aimu, which like weakens the real body, and then Blackbeard snatches him up.
The only reason why I don't think the only reason why I don't think that is because usually before somebody like that goes down, we see what led. So like the way I see it is before Emu gets taken on any capacity, we have to see what led to the events of like the Void Century, the buildup of Emu before that character gets taken down. Unless Oda has a different plan for what that's going to serve as for the central narrative, but I think whenever Emu, whether this caption happens at the end of the series, right after Luffy beats Emu, or Blackbeard's the one, like you're saying, does it now, I think we have to get the Void Century flashback first before then. That's not going to happen until Laugh Tale, so that's the only thing holding me back from saying for sure he's cashing in right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, couldn't you caveat that having Emu kind of be also like semi Blackbeard? So like Blackbeard has all the knowledge that Emu has after simulating.
Yeah, they like
Emu.
assimilate to
And
be
then,
one character, not
makes
necessarily
sense.
he takes
Right.
it
Okay,
out.
I can see that.
Right.
I can see that.
Right.
Because like assumably Emu is like in control of someone else's body. It's not the first body because it's a female.
Assumably, right.
And there's like Norona Emu, and he's probably in Lily's body. By the way it's looking, right?
Hopefully.
He's probably in Lily's body, and then he's trying to get Vivi's
really
body to
hope.
replace his old body.
Yep.
Something like
I'm
that.
cool with that, right? And then so like Blackbeard, Luffy, Shirahoshi, and then Vivi, they were all like optional hosts. Because I feel like when you look at Gunko, the fact that Gunko could be controlled by Emu is that Gunko is compatible with Emu in some way to where she could be a host.
Right.
And that's what she was also a maid. So the current maid, so let's say when Emu is freaking out, after Joy Boy's hockey, you have a maid or a servant yell, Great Emu-sama, that could have been Gunko. Sure, that could have been like Gunko yelling that as she ran over to get Emu.
Is it a Voldemort situation?
Yeah, with the Horcruxes? Yeah, that could be.
I can see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But then the thing about that Blackbeard will get access to all that information once he assimilates Emu and they become like one entity or something like that.
Also, Jay. So you're telling me Rox pulls up to Emu, right? Pulls up. He goes, I'll be back. I can't beat you right now. What are your thoughts about that?
Ooh.
He can't be there. He said he can't be
He
there.
might need
So
specific
it's obvious. So that obvious to me that you need the Yami to absorb Emu, because he's misintegrating it. It's not strength based. He's fucking, Loki an admiral. He's like, it's not strength based.
Time out. Maybe it is. But he wants to absorb specifically. Right. It's like maybe it could be there, but he wants to absorb specifically.
Because here's my theory, right? To become the king of the world, right, you need Ibu's essence to give you the authority. Because the Gorosei bow down to, like, Mu's authority. They don't read that. Because, like, we know Norona Imu existed, right? But since then, Mu could have jumped bodies. My basic argument. So, like, if you have the essence of Mu, you default become king of the world, because that's what's relevant. Is the essence of Mu gives you the authority. So if Rox wants to become king of the world, he needs that to get the authority. Otherwise, he's just like a ruler by force with no authority.
Perhaps.
So do you think it's like an egghead thing where they got access to the
because think about it this way, right? Think about it this way. If Blackbeard wants to become king of the world, he might not necessarily want to destroy the world government. He wants the authority to rule the world, right? So if he absorbs Imu, the Gorosei have no choice but to acknowledge him as the new ruler. Therefore, like, he just owns everything because he has absorbed that essence and become the new ruler de facto. So that gives him all the world government resources, making him like a fusion between Imu and Blackbeard, and then we get both. You get the evil of Mu, the essence, the forest god, whatever you want to say there, and you get Blackbeard in the same body. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the all-time evil, and then you get the Rox connection. So you get both.
Right.
Okay, so then here's a question for you then. If that's the case here, then if you went to the mural and then you see this image of what this demon entity like fighting against all these people and Nika, did Mu take over, or like if Emu was around back then, let's say as is now, was that taking over a specific thing's body? Like let's say, I don't know, a continent pillar or island pillar or some shit like that. Right, or whatever, let's say, in the Foyan Triangle, like it took over that body as a host, and it became like damn near all powerful, like some sort of crazy, raid boss, right? Like Oryx taking King, and then he has to fight against.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well,
And then, so that's what's going on here.
What tips me off to this entity, like theory, is that you notice like when Aimu talks about himself, he always says Mu. He never says Aimu. He never says his own name. Aimu's not like a honorific. He says Mu, the Almighty Mu. He never references himself as Narona Aimu.
Like a cow, Mu. Yes.
Yeah.
Mu.
So Mu, the god of void in Buddhism or Shintoism.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. That's because either that or let's say the whole like you take Emu's name, flip it around, it's actually Umi, and then maybe it's the like the water goddess. Like so, it's like
I'm not sold on the water goddess stuff.
Yeah. At this point in time, I'm not sold on that either. Given what we've seen so far with Emu's
I'm
powers.
saying in my idea is that like Mu is the original.
Don't get so caught
the original
up.
Forest God. That's my idea.
Don't
but
get so caught up on the elemental factors because Luffy's the
sun,
and he doesn't have sun abilities at all. So
because like if you read the mural,
he does have like fire, but he hasn't used it yet. So
in the mural, it says like the Forest God whispered and the demons rose out of the void or something, right? And what's Aimu doing right now in Elbaf? Summoning demons.
Raising a lot of demons, yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
So, second world, they say this within the void there was a breath. The forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread.
Well, look what I was doing. I was doing right now is taming demons. That's what he's doing.
But I don't know if that's like more literal or more figure of speech, because I've always figured that like the forest god could always refer to like the powers themselves, the fruits, right?
Yeah.
So it could refer to show things at once. Where it could revert to let's say the formation of the actual powers themselves, because we don't know if the powers existed back then in World 1, where you had the god of the earth and the god of the like whatever this like Jean Grey, whatever. And so I'm not too sure if you have a situation where you have the fruits existed back then, but I can't see them actually being there in Second World, because obviously you have to have Joy Boy and the company do their thing. At least try to,
Yeah. All right, Cole, we're gonna switch up gears, right? We're gonna switch up gears.
All right, talk to me.
All right, we can't have an Elbaf discussion without a Big Mom discussion. What's the % chance Big Mom shows up?
It's getting lower by the day, man. It's kind of
sad to see.
It's getting lower. It's getting lower. It's getting lower. I won't deny that.
Yeah. For me, it all hinges on if Oda like really goes in detail with the whole Lola Big Mom situation.
Yeah, because
if he really plays that,
but we're not getting that. Yeah. And then we had her name. Her name's been mentioned a few times now in the arc. But I remember back in the day, they said that like they don't utter the name Charlotte Lily because that name is kind of like Voldemort's name, or like you don't mention Charlotte's name. But and then now here we are, because think about it, right? Emu could be like the actual final fight for Luffy in this arc, which is very possible. But it also kind of feels like, because Emu just taking control of Gunko, I don't know if that's like appropriate for like an actual final.
I think it is, because if Luffy defeats the vessel of Aimu, surely that like weakens Aimu, and then Blackbeard swoops in, and that's why he's able to get the kill. Because Luffy.
Yeah, but the problem is that. But the problem is
like
that
Phantom
it's very obvious that
time. It's a little taste.
Yeah, but the problem is that like. But think about it though, it's like what Oda does a lot, especially with like a lot of the girls, is that they're always redeemable. Especially like most of them are.
Yeah, and like Luffy's gonna use the Joy Boy haki. Yeah, and like free
but using the right, which I'm cool with for sure. But it feels like to me is that like, because like basically Luffy's gonna probably do what we saw on Egget Island. He's gonna do that in some way against Gunko. That's gonna psych her out, and then Emu's gonna be like, oh my god, and then gonna be forced out. But
also,
is
like,
that really warranted for a final fight? Like compare it to Kaido, right? Like Kaido and versus Luffy was like nuts. It was like a 5-part extravaganza.
I don't think we're gonna get that ever again.
To on some Rocky 3 shit. I was like, dude, like, can y'all stop?
The only time we're gonna get a fight like that is the final fight. Like, we're not doing that again, dude. We're not doing that again.
No.
I prefer a proper 1v1 where Luffy doesn't run out of stamina. That'd be lovely. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
He's got to eat like 15 tons of food beforehand, though.
Like Luffy's gonna have to like.
He's been eating the entire arc.
He's storing up now.
Luffy, we all know Luffy's final attack is what's gonna free Gunko. We'll have a full fight. It'll just be that final bit. But Nah, what I was saying with like depends on how much Oda goes into that Big Mom situation with Loki. Because if he really like makes it so Loki really hates Big Mom, then we might see her turn up, and then we get Loki versus Big Mom, so we could get like bona fide Loki
Don't hype me up,
hype.
bro. Don't hype me up.
Loki versus Big
Oh,
Mom.
well,
No,
come on.
Okay,
If
here's
Oda's
my
gassing
stance,
Loki,
right?
Christ,
Because
if
man.
Oda's
How did we
gassing
get
Loki
here?
to high heaven, he
How did we
needs
get
he
here?
needs
stance-
a massive W.
because it's
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's all
Look,
Shanks.
here's the thing,
so
'cause
I'm good with it.
It is more Shanks for sure, so I'll take that by proxy. But
Well, you can't deny that.
about
Like Oda's saying, look, Oda's saying this. Harold at max like Devil Fruit mastery is key to destroying the world. That's like ultimate Loki gas? You can't deny that.
it is. But he has
Rox's
to
whole
master the fruit
plan
stuff.
is
Or, like,
get Harold to max power. That's Rox's plan. Like that's
or be able to use
crazy.
it in some way, yeah. Because like maybe
Yeah.
let's say the power is there, but let's say they can't use it until they're near the red line, or some of that sort. That's possible. Or like sure,
Like,
she has the
I
power to
don't
control sea kings, but you need to have a sea king in the air to actually do something.
But from
Obviously,
what I read, from
Um,
what I'm reading in this flashback at Rox's character, it seems his whole plan is just to like overwhelm the Wogan with sheer physical force.
power, yes.
It's sheer
Yes.
physical like destruction. He's not like I don't think he has a master like trap and plan. He's just like I'm just gonna I might need certain fruits to be able to
he's
like
getting a
absorb
plan.
and yeah.
He has a plan, I think, to probably at least like attack them in a way that they don't expect via Harald's ability, which is probably, and maybe they found out, which is why we kind of see the Holy Knights trying to recruit Loki to join them because his power
Well,
is also conducive to the Holy Land in some way.
Yeah, but look
But
how
at the
he
same time,
treats,
it
look
feels
how he
like
treats everyone else though. Look how he treats everyone else in his crew. He doesn't care about him. He kicks him. He doesn't give a fuck.
because he
Look how
respects
he talks
Harald.
about
Because
Harold.
listen, wait. Because at this point in time, listen, there's a good chance that at this point in time,
Yeah.
Harald is stronger than every person in the Rockspire crew. Honestly.
I mean,
He might
yeah,
be.
maybe. I mean, it's like if he eats that fruit, most definitely, just by Rox's hype. Like,
Right.
But, like,
Rox
yeah,
was
so-
like Rox clashed with him. They had I think like a 5 kilometer
Radius, yeah.
So like a 10 kilometer diameter hockey explosion. Everybody's like wiped out in the area. Then Homeboy jumps off the red line to get back to Elbaf, and he's like, "Yo, this guy's epic as hell! Holy shit!"
Dragon,
Like, of course,
Right,
he wants
if-
one
can't
of
do
them.
nothing though, King. Dragon can't do anything.
Dragon can't do anything.
I don't know
yeah.
if Dragon. Okay, bro. Okay, wait. Just keep in mind though, right? It's like we're talking about Emu. We're talking about the Holy Knights. There should be an admiral or two up in there as well. Also, you have CP0 with like Rob Lucci and all those cats. It's like as much as I
Yeah, I
love
know,
Blackbeard,
I
is that really like Blackbeard alone?
It could be a
Boys
situation.
alone? Wait, whoa!
To be
Like,
fair, it could be a
out.
situation.
That quake fruit is pretty dangerous if you have no restraint.
Well, to be fair,
I'm gonna
Katarina
say it
Devon,
again.
obviously.
You got Rob Lucci and the boys. You got an admiral or two. You have the Holy Knights with the Z.
I think it's
Wait,
both. I think it's
whoa!
Dragon and Blackbeard. I think they because Dragon. I think Dragon intercept. I think Blackbeard knew Dragon was going to Marry Joa, and he's like, "All right, this is my opportunity to strike while Dragon's attacking, so that I can do my plan." Like they're both
Sounds
attacking
like
at the
right.
same time. You know what I mean? It's like because we know
Yeah, if you have
Blackbeard was
Dragon
keeping
and then at the
tabs.
same time, that makes more sense to me. Yes, that makes a lot more sense to me.
Because
Dragon's
we
gonna
know
be part of that
Blackbeard was
somewhere.
taking tabs on Dragon. Like we know that. Like he was keeping
And
tabs
Dragon-
on him.
and
So
then Dragon,
like,
and
yeah.
then Dragon said himself that, well, we don't want to have this kind of prolong with the whole war levels rising because then there's gonna be territorial wars for higher land, so we're even more chaos. So we have to try and make a move quickly.
Yeah, we got a donation. Any predictions for 1v1 God Valley matchups? King Raycon, what do you got? God Valley 1v1 matchups.
Let me see. Let me think back to everyone who's there. Bro, who are we seeing Kaido Roman Reigns boxing?
He's getting his ass beat by.
So I think Kaido gets bodied by Roger here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go with one more. Obviously, we're seeing. I'm gonna leave out the obvious. I think we're gonna see Big Mom. I want to see Big Mom fight someone nice. Whether it's Scopper or one of somebody from the Holy Knights. Well, actually, who do y'all see Garling here? Is Garling gonna fight Rocks?
Whitebeard.
I really
want to see like
Garling
Holy
against
Knights
Rocks or Roger. Yeah, like maybe Rayleigh for like a bit, but I can kind of see a situation where you have Whitebeard and clash against either Rayleigh, and then you have Gabon maybe against Shiki, but then you have.
I think it's Whitebeard against Garling because of the scars.
Maybe.
Oda could do that. Oda could do that.
It's a retcon. We know it's a retcon, but
do you think Whitebeard has his Delphi yet, or is he gonna get it in God Valley?
I don't think so. I think he gets it later.
Yeah.
How many fruits do you guys think they have here? Like on God Valley?
5. There's 5 treasure chests, isn't there?
It's 5, right? Okay.
Maybe not 5 fruits, but they may have 5 like things.
2 are fruits.
Shanks should be one of those, right? So Shanks should be one of those.
Yeah, you're right.
Shanks
is one of those.
One of the prizes is a figurehead child.
Yeah, like,
which is nuts.
I don't think so.
Oh,
they're
Garling.
also small. They're also small Delphi chests. They're all the same size.
Hold on. What if
they're very similar size?
What if Garling is that confident and cocky? He put his own child up as barter. So I'll win this. I don't give a fuck. I'll put my own child up.
I mean, everyone knows that children end up in treasure chests just because they crawl in them.
What, like the law flashback?
Yeah, like law, like how they found Uta in a chest. Like people just
Uta, right? Yeah.
I don't think he put his own son up as tribute.
So I had a theory, and then I don't know if I'll think see, but I had a theory that the treasure that Rocks actually wanted, like the thing that he was like vying for, like what made more God Valley, is actually not necessarily something that we see, but it could be something that the Marines took. And I have a theory that it may actually be the giant straw hat that Emu has in the Holy Land. That's what I think, because I think there's a chance that because it's a very strange line to bring up in front of Emu, where he mentions that he's a Davy Jones worshiper. And why would you bring that up to Emu specifically? Right. That's a weird thing to bring up to Emu.
Well, the narrator said it. The narrator said it, so we know, like, we don't know what the exact conversation was. Yeah, we don't know what the exact conversation was.
But if you bring up the Emu so if the idea was to extort Emu, and then you bring up that you're also a Davy Jones worshiper, I get the feeling that could coincide Emu in some way. And if it's a hostile thing, then I kind of deduce that could be a Joy Boy thing, where Joy Boy could relate to Davy Jones in some way. And then so I kind of get the feeling that, okay, if you have Pirate Island, because it is the location where the fights were first created, Pirate Island. So you have a Davy Jones worshiper who wants Pirate Island, where the Dayback fights were first created, and then so that could correlate in some way to Joy Boy, where something about Joy Boy is important to Pirate Island, which is why I thought maybe it was a straw hat. So maybe they
but we know some history about Pirate Island right now.
Yes,
but like that kind of like ruined the theory for me, because like the world government set it up as like a prison camp, so like. For that prison camp to then have like secret treasures and ancient tech there, it would be like weird.
Well, because remember, it's like it was a wasteland. So if it was a wasteland where nothing was there, nothing was found for a long period of time, then there's a good chance that whatever was there could only be found, let's say, centuries later, or things that like deteriorate.
It wouldn't surprise me that
remember, it's like the world government. Yeah, because remember, like they left the books in O'Hara alone. Like that's mental, bro.
It's like the poneglyph. It's like the poneglyph in Impel Down. You know what I mean? They're like it's just in the background chilling. It's like all right.
Yeah.
It was the
his actual treasure wasn't a power, but I think it was Rox's. I think it was a straw hat, because like if Joy Boy is if Joy is Davy Jones in some way, then that would mean that as the first pirate, then that would mean that straw hat is like an actual treasure that he treasures. That's it's like an item. Like, let's say a LeBron fan in a LeBron jersey. That's signed by LeBron, right? It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know,
me.
It's something like that. It's something like that. It's like a certain jersey. It's his straw hat. It's my shit. And they jacked it because Emu's like, yo, I know Rocks. He was actually in my crib. He was at Ground Zero. Steal the straw hat, Marines. Call him landed like a bitch. Stole it. And then it was like, okay, now you got my shit back.
I think Silver Axe is the rat. I think Silver Axe is the rat. Do you think Silvax is the rat who stole it?
Oh,
He's
really?
not
I think
back
Silver actually.
Because he's
Oh,
not
Silver
back
actually
He's
lets
in
him
that channel.
Drake's
Actually,
grandfather with the X on his face.
I'm not on that Drake's grandfather theory, but I'm just saying
Drake's
Silvax.
rap, I like that.
It's a family of rats. The whole X-Drake family.
Nah, I'm not saying that. But
Come on, flashback. Let me see here. I'm trying to see here.
A
Dude,
family
was
of
he
rats.
there in that spread?
because he's not in the spread. He's not in the Rock Pirate spread.
Yeah, but like
No,
in
but like
God
I'm gonna
Valley.
go back to when he put on God Valley. I want to see if you see him there too.
he's not.
on
Yeah,
that
he's
spread.
not. He's not in the Kuma flashback.
He's not there.
Okay, so he could have actually portrayed like
Look, he
Squad.
just
He could have
like, comes
portrayed
out of nowhere.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And he's like,
It's like he just comes out of nowhere.
Let me join Rocks. Yeah, but it'd be weird to like steal his treasure and then just like the government like, yeah, let's make it a game prize.
Well, you know,
No, because it's probably a trap. No.
That's what
I'm saying. Like the fruits in the chest are a different thing. Like the strat could be with the Marines, or it could be somewhere else, hidden away on the island.
Yeah, but
because it
don't
was
the
all a
Rocks
trap.
pirate-
Remember, because I think they said too that the only thing that they didn't count for was Roger. Roger pulling up was why things got really fucked up.
Yeah.
You guys actually
They knew that Rock was coming.
You guys
No, I don't
anticipate
think so. I don't think so.
You guys anticipate the 1v1.
What does Kong say?
You guys anticipate that like Rox and Roger had a 1v1 and Garp was nowhere near that fight, right? Is that
Yeah.
At some point.
Wow, dude. That's some shit. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but
Listen, I
would
love
break a lot of
Rox and all
people's
that
hearts.
shit, but like I'm sick and tired of this Roger slander in the community, man. Like
It's crazy.
everyone,
It's crazy.
Roger had a goon moment, and now apparently he's a fraud.
that, yeah, even before
Crazy.
that, he's a fraud.
Fraud, exactly.
Apparently, like,
He's a fraud. Exactly.
He's not a fraud. He's just wrong.
He's a fraud. Bro.
so
I
Jay,
definitely call
Sorry, this-
Jay's a Sanji
no,
fan,
no.
and he's calling Roger a fraud.
So
because he had a goon
no.
moment.
So this is
Whoa,
when I
whoa, whoa.
use the logic. This is when I use the logic of people against him, right? If Sanji is a bum and a fraud because he goons and simps over women, now you found out that your GOAT, the narrative carrier of the whole story, is the same as Sanji. I want the same energy. So if I call Roger a fraud, I don't want no crying. I don't want no crying.
So let's say
That's
if Rox goons over Gloriosa next week, you're gonna say the same thing.
But he didn't.
But what
So,
if he
no.
does? If he does, what
he's
if
not
what
going
if you
to.
see Shaki and he's goons over her? You
But he's
gonna
not
say a
going to.
fraud?
Why? Because he built different.
All right,
He's not going
all
to.
right. Well, let's see.
Okay, hold on. So when BB choked out Boy, didn't he say like something to the effect of like, okay, I can't let you go because if I do, I'm gonna just bust the whole nut.
done,
So I'm
yeah.
gonna just choke
I'm
you out real
done,
quick,
yeah.
right? Ain't no way. So
Think
BB,
about
the
how
man himself, like,
cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. I mean, listen, he found him attractive, but he didn't lose his mind over it. He locked in. He's more like
to
a
be fair,
monkey
it was
than
kind of
Roger.
crazy. You know, Roger pushes Gloriosa away, like move, you're blocking shot. That was kind of crazy. Like you blocking
That was
shots.
insane.
Roger,
Like,
take
wait
what
a
you can
minute.
get.
That was insane, bro.
I don't know.
It
what
was
his
funny
plan
as fuck.
There was no plan. There was no plan there. I don't know what he was
It
thinking.
was no
Hey,
plan.
also, Rayleigh can't escape from these allegations as well. Don't forget, Rayleigh was still gooning. He was just quiet about
He
it.
was just being
Really
Just
was
quiet
quietly
about it.
gooning?
Still gooning.
He didn't
Silently in the
he
corner?
blushed. He blushed. He
Yeah.
blushed. It was.
Yeah.
It was
He
had the
blushed
hard
after a
eyes.
wink.
No, he had the hard eyes as well.
Ray, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. No,
Oh, yeah, I'm about to
what?
say.
Ray,
You
like,
know,
does.
I
He-
think
he-
that's headcanon.
He
That's
does.
headcanon.
It's
That's
like
headcanon.
when his
It's
head's
headcanon.
when his head's turned backwards, he's got the hard
Not
eyes.
facts, headcanon.
Look
That's
at
what
it.
I'm
Look,
saying.
Go read it. It's there. I didn't make it up.
No, I'm going back there right now.
Yeah, Cole, confirm because I think, yeah. I think he's
Okay.
canon.
Read the facts from manga.
Show me the Carfax.
So you see Rayleigh. I don't see. Okay, no. So there's a lot of Kyas and Ras, and there's hearts, sound effects from around her, and then she winks at him. Rayleigh, he's not even blushing. He's kind
Do
of
you see-
sweating, kind of
do you
taking
see-
it back.
Do you see that panel where
Yeah,
his
that's what I'm
head's
saying.
turned to the back?
It could be his glasses.
It's not his
It
glasses.
could be-
Yeah, I think it's his
Don't
glasses.
It
do
could be his
that.
glasses.
I think it's his glasses. Yeah, I
Let me
think
inspect.
that's like
Now
more.
we- now we're
Wait,
gonna
you're
spec.
wait,
Yeah,
you're
it's his
an
gla-
artist.
it's his
Is that more
glasses.
of like
It
an
could
ellipse
be-
for like an actual circle,
look.
not a heart?
Let me look.
Yeah, look, I don't see
It's
hard eyes.
Oda. It's
Yeah.
Oda not drawing his glasses correctly.
I don't know
Oh,
about
now
that.
it's Oda.
I
Yep,
don't know about
headcanon.
that.
I told you it was headcanon. They didn't listen
Zoom
to
in.
me. I knew
Zoom in.
it.
Zoom in. It's really bubbly. Like
I
the
don't think it's
glasses,
the hard eyes.
The glasses are really like are
Wait,
really
Chad, is it hard
curved
as
for
or
no
not?
reason.
Well, let's use the
They're not,
context
they're
of the
glasses.
scene. He's blushing and
Purple.
as Shaki's
Use the
talking to him.
context of the scene.
He's not blushing though.
It's not.
The next,
It's not.
bro, that's
It's
the
not
next
hard
SPS.
eyes.
Submit a
Not
question.
hard
Yeah,
eyes.
SBS. We're gonna get there.
It's not hard eyes. It's his
Yolo. Yeah, I think
glasses,
it's
but
glasses.
they're not drawn
Yes.
that well. But they're glasses. You gotta zoom in. You can see his eye and then like the glass on top.
Yeah,
but
both
it's,
both
like,
just saying that the
fucked up.
glasses, yeah. Cause yeah, they're not well drawn glasses, but it's glasses from the side when he's facing her, and then because also if he was blushing and so on, and then she winked, wouldn't he be blushing harder? Wouldn't he be even more?
Also,
But instead he's actually more taken aback.
The sentence he says doesn't really make sense if he has hard eyes because he's being like nonchalant. He's like, "Yeah, they're a bunch of idiots."
Right.
Like, why would he say that with hard eyes?
Regardless, he's still bricked up.
He is brick. All right, we'll give him that.
Probably, but he's doing a good job hiding that.
All right, I
Like
guess
Roger's
he-
over here.
I guess
Roger
he's
has a lump on him. He has. You see, Roger has a heart over his face too when he has like move Gloriosa. Like,
Well, clearly
Jesus.
Rayleigh was
He just-
rude because he ended up with her. So
Crazy mind, dude.
I'm sure there was motion.
Because Rayleigh was the only sane one on the pirate. Like even Gabon's a gooner, and so he's falling for it. The Marines are all
That's
gooning.
right.
The Kuja pirates are gooning. Roger's gooning. The only guy that's not hard
Yep.
gooning is Rayleigh. That's why she liked that.
You you think
As we learn,
what's her
chat.
face is
Don't goon
Luffy?
too heavy.
You think what's her face is Luffy's mother? What's her name?
Tritama?
Tritama.
Yeah.
Oh my
Tree
god.
Tama?
Why do we?
Probably not.
Why?
So Dragon.
Like,
killed
I just don't
Luffy's-
understand.
So Dragon killed Luffy's mother as well, or what? Because she died of love sickness. So
Outbreak. Yeah,
yeah.
love sickness. Dragon killed Luffy's mom.
Dragon
That's
killed Luffy's
crazy.
mom.
Hold on, but was that before or after the fact that she was like, pregnant, or who knows? Because maybe
The
because the
timeline
idea
is
is right, like
timeline is.
We all know Dragon pulled the
time-
ass up and just left. All right, we all know that. Dragon pulled the ass up. We know that. All right.
and then also too, as far as you know, Kujas only give birth to other women, as far as we know. But I mean, that could be a lie,
It's like
maybe, and it's
Ganondorf.
actually like
It's like Ganondorf. The king will be a male. Once every 100 years.
I feel like if we've hidden Luffy's mom to this point, like, bro, when we see her, we're gonna know. We're like,
Oda
hey,
will never
that's
answer the question. What should happen? It'll never
yeah.
happen.
So okay, there's actually it's funny because I think there's a line that the voice actress of Luffy, she asked Oda a question about how like what Luffy's mom was playing in the story, and then Luffy kind of then Oda said something to the effect of like a man's story or a boy's story begins when he leaves his mother's bosom or some shit like that. Basically, kind of insinuating that Luffy's mom just does not matter in the story. Like it's
She
not
won't
about that
matter.
at all.
Like, she'll just be a background character. So like she's got like a
Kind of
major-
right. Like
Yeah.
Portugas D Rouge, like Ace's mom's like in the background, she's there. Like that's what me making something similar to, let's say, Portugas D Rouge for Luffy. But that's it. That's it. We don't really focus on her mom or his mom at all because the story does. It is what it is. She's
doesn't matter,
inconsequential, really, for Luffy's journey right now. Like nothing. Like when Luffy found out that he had a dad, he was like, "Oh, I have a dad. Cool," and then just kept the shit pushing.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
And
So,
Shanks,
yeah.
yeah.
He's like Shanks, my dad.
Right. I have Shanks. I don't care about my dad.
I can't believe
Poppy
like
Shanks.
people actually think that like Shanks isn't Luffy's father. It drives me crazy. Like
He is the closest thing to. Absolutely.
he compares
Garp is-
Belmare to Shanks. I don't know how clear it can be.
Belmare were actually. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, fair. That is that. That's actually a good point. Yes, that is actually kind of crazy because it's not Dodon. It's
yeah.
not Garp. He compares Belmare to Shanks to Belmare.
Right.
That is some
That is
shit.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he's
Okay, I like
constantly-
this.
Does anyone find it strange that Luffy's non-stop talking about Shanks and Elbaf and Zoro has no interest at all? He's just like completely ignoring one of the best men with a blade on the planet. He's just not interested in whatsoever.
Oh my god.
And Oda's just gonna avoid it. Like
Oh, man.
Shanks will meet Zoro and Zoro won't say anything. He won't say anything.
Bro, every time a cat, listen, it was crazy when they mentioned Rox's sword technique. Oh my god,
Oh, man.
the Mihawk Glazers on Twitter that one King Oscar meme when the dude is smiling from like ear to ear.
Yeah.
I'm like, you niggas need to calm
Mihawk
down with the
upscale.
Mihawk shit,
All
bro.
over,
Relax.
all over my chat. Mihawk upscale. Mihawk upscale.
Mihawk upscale, bro. Mihawk upscale.
This is what I'll say about
I'm watching
Mihawk.
whole other stories. I'm watching like Kaiju number 8, some guy's sword, Mihawk upscale. Like, bro.
Listen, just logically,
Mihawk upscale.
just logically,
Violently unserious.
just logically, if you go by Black Blade's equal strength, then Mihawk has to be top 1 all time. So, that's
But he's
just
definitely
logical.
not,
So
so,
he's definitely
no.
not. So you
Yeah,
figure
you're
that
right.
out, Mihawk
Yeah.
fans.
Already told us what the deal is with Mihawk. Just the people don't believe it. It's just that like the idea is that you know, because like look, like even though Mihawk is nasty, like when you think about it, like on paper, him beating an admiral off screen does. I don't even see that. Is that even possible? Like, not only that, but you looking clean. I mean, I think there's almost no battle damage on rocks after he does that
He's a
shit,
bit
which I'm not
bloodied
sure
up
that's the
and
case
shit,
or not.
but that's pretty good for an admiral.
Maybe, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
And
But
he's
it's
like running
dude.
around Marry Joa. It's not even like a 10-hour fight. He's just kind of like sprinting and like.
Yeah, it's like what? Like this is insane. Like Rocks is different, and then like it's not the Mihawk can't be on. No, he can't.
He did so much
what is the
damage. He did so much damage. The doctors couldn't heal him.
Right. And then clash with Harald afterwards and say, "Oh, who are you?" Like, bro, he had energy to spare.
Love at first
Who
sight.
was
He's like,
it?
yeah, this guy's
That's
got.
still so crazy to me, right? Like, imagine bodying an admiral. You pull up on Emu, and then you have a Conqueror's clash with Harold. That's insane. That's a crazy run,
And
dude.
then you just jump off the red line like it's just casually.
Right.
This
Right.
is nuts, bro. Yeah.
Rocks.
And then also, like a few weeks later, you like remember, like I think a few weeks later, he destroys one of the gates of justice. Like, buddy, like, can you slow down?
Relax
For
with
a
that. We
second?
don't know the context, all right?
True,
Just
we
give a
don't.
little
But
hold.
it's
don't
like,
know how
damn, like if he did his crazy sword cannon bullshit and then blew a hole into the gates of justice. I mean, like he might be stronger than Roger. He might be stronger than Roger. That's possible.
Cole, did you know I
that.
came up with that sword cannon theory like 3 years ago? And
You
Oda
did.
confirmed it, yeah. Because I was saying divine departure isn't a cutting attack. It's like an energy wave, shockwave, power kind of thing.
That.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, look, like.
And then what does
'cause,
Roger
like, I
do?
think
What
people
does Roger
kind
do against Garp? A shockwave cannon. He doesn't actually do a slash.
True with the sword, but people say, "Well, no, because of the sword.
Yeah,
like
but
all swords have the cut." Same.
It's the way. It's
like,
the way
it
it's
gets
drawn.
I mean,
complicated.
it's real dumb. Let's look. It's like Oda's trying to have his cake and eat it too. It's really annoying. I don't enjoy
Well,
it.
not necessarily, because it's like here's the thing. It's like I think Oda kind of told us. I think he told us the moment we got Mihawk's Wanna poster. He just said, "Yeah, Mihawk is the best in sword skill." Okay,
Right.
fair enough. That's it. Like, just keep it simple. Sword skill. Sword skill is not hockey. Duh. Like, hello. It's just
Yeah, but
it's a different thing.
He's trying to do that thing where he doesn't want to answer the questions, so he like memes around in caps and puts
course.
asterisks on everything, which is classic Oda.
Because he knows that like it's a hot talking point, and so he wants to keep that going for a while until he actually gets to it in the future. But it's like, don't be
He's
surprised.
never gonna answer it. Let's
so-
get real.
He will. He'll answer it indirectly through. We get to see Zoro fight against Mihawk in the future, but then we get to see Luffy fight against Shanks, and it's like, oh, like this is a whole different level. Like,
Yeah,
like
that
hello,
won't
like
stop people from.
this is nuts.
That won't stop people from talking about.
I mean, it's okay. Let's just say, here's what stopped people. I think
People
ultimately.
think Luffy and Zoro are equal right now. That's all you need to know.
I know. Actually, I've become it's madness. But let's just say that we have a situation where, and I'm not trying to glaze Shanks too much here. I'm gonna curtail a little bit. Let's just say that you have BB and company trying to get all this power because they want of course, the end game here is the One Piece treasure, but it could also be because they all like Buggy said, Shanks made his move for the One Piece. We gotta make a move too because Shanks made his move.
Right.
Whether it's all a play because they know in order to get the One Piece treasure, they got to go through Shanks. So BB getting all this shit in a roundabout way is for Shanks. Literally.
Maybe.
Because
The way I
Shanks
look
right
at
now
it,
is the
King,
only character that has hockey equal to Joy Boy. At least on that same level. So
Yeah.
he's
the
the
way
only
I look
one.
at it, Cole, as a fellow wrestling fan, like Shanks is his #1 contender. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through Shanks.
Always. Always,
You gotta
always,
go through
always.
Shanks to get to the title.
I go through
You know what I'm
Shanks,
saying?
always.
So-
That's what I'm saying,
and
bro. That's what I'm
Blackbeard-
saying.
How are you gonna
Black-
bet against?
uh,
Are you gonna bet against the self-insert character?
Yeah, and
How are you gonna bet against that?
Recon
Right.
and Blackbeard's trying to talk to Vince McMahon in the back rooms. That's what's
Dude,
going
if Blackbeard has the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah.
He's got the Money in the Bank contract, bro. He's ready to cash it.
Right. He's right there. We know eventually. We know that Luffy's gonna have, of course, the title belt, but it's that
Oh, 100%.
we know that in order to get there, you have to go through the one contender. You have to go through Shanks.
Luffy's like
I
that
mean-
young buck in like the 90s that like has to take out like the Undertaker and shit.
Right. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Is like Blackbeard could ultimately just trying to because if the One Piece is gonna be the last thing, because I think Oda right now is kind of dead set. I think through Vegapunk's speech that the treasure is the last thing that's the most important thing in the story. So the final, I mean, I know it's gonna ruffle feathers because you have Whitebeard's speech about how you have the treasure, the war for the treasure, and so on. But I think Oda in an interview when he said full on, the treasure's gonna be the last thing in the story. There's no point having one piece once the treasure already found. So I was like, okay, if that's the case here, then it's gonna be the final war before the treasure. And
I
then we have
thought that was clear. That was clear with Doflamingo's speech after Dressrosa. Like that was like it's been clear for 10 years. Like, come on.
kind of not because again, Whitebeard's words kind of. We had a conversation with Arter a while ago about how like he says that like it's a wrong translation apparently. According to Arter says, I don't know if that's true or not. But the idea was that you have the war first and then you have the war after treasure is found. Essentially, that was the idea.
I don't think the order would make Whitebeard fraudulent either way. Like it's like it could be a mistranslation. It could be a lot of things.
You can do the whole Luffy finds the eternal flame and then it gets stolen and he has to fight it back and shit like that. Whatever.
No, I think
Again,
it's maximum speed right now. He's not doing that. He's on maximum speed. Like
What?
I think Elbaf's like clearly combining two arcs together. Like you got all the normal Elbaf shit, and then you got all the war government stuff on top. Like it's clearly like Oda's on maximum speed.
Yeah. I mean, so I felt like the same thing with Agate Island too. It's like he's kind of like doing things like combining arcs a little bit. Because remember we had that
according
that
to Oda,
4 month break, that 1 month break.
Now, so.
Well, yeah, but Oda's clearly like parts of the story are clearly being moved around to where things are gonna be more like expedited.
I like it.
I don't think that
I like that Elbaf's got a little bit of holy.
I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, because like it fucks up certain characters. Like I think Big Mom could have been a sacrifice of that too. I think Big Mom before he took that 1 month
I think
break.
what happened is
she
that,
probably was gonna be on Elbaf.
That month
But
break,
It's not over till it's over, Cole.
That month break,
It's not over till it's over.
That month break, he like reread. That month break, he like reread the story, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like I know, oh yeah, Davy Jones."
Right, like
let
this thing
me-
I want to end this in 10 years, not 15 years or 20 years. So yeah,
because he's bringing back
So
all like first
Obscure
legacy
shit.
characters,
Yeah.
a
stuff.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like think about it. It's like Kuzan was in plain day the 10th Titanic captain, not some hidden dude. It was just Kuzan the entire time. But I don't think that was the case until he had that month break.
Yeah, the month
Yamato
break
should be
changed
on the
stuff.
crew right now.
Yeah,
He
we
said,
know,
"Nah,
Cole.
you know what?
Cole, we know.
Yeah.
Cole,
What
we
were you gonna
know
say?
Yamato
What were you
should
gonna
be
say,
there.
Rico?
Right?
Fuck.
No, what I was gonna say was if Big Mom doesn't show up on Elbaf, do y'all think she's gonna be connected to the whole pudding plot line, trying to get pudding back?
I think she has to come back one more time.
I think Kaido and
wrap up,
Blackbeard
yeah.
ultimately, not Kaido. I think Kaido and Big Mom ultimately joined Blackbeard as like a Re-Rocks reunion, second time round situation.
Yeah, but Kaido's a Joy Boy fan, and surely after he lost, he has to
Yeah,
acknowledge
Big Mom
Luffy.
maybe, but
That's the way I'm
Kaido.
looking at it too. Like, bro, Kaido's gonna be.
It's just
Kaido's gonna be
for me it's a mechanical question because you have a lot of people on Luffy's side, like a lot of strong dudes. So you need a lot of strong dudes on the other side.
I mean, it's possible that
Just Luffy, Dragon, and Shanks is like an unbeatable trio. Not to mention they're all their crews.
Luffy,
like
Dragon, Shanks. You have Loki's getting a lot of
Momonosuke,
gas. You have
Yamato,
all the giants that are all about that. Momonosuke
it's
is getting
it's a
Yamato,
crazy
right?
crew. It's like a crazy group. So you need another. crazy
Shirahoshi,
group
who
against them.
herself is her own age weapon of destruction. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a Luffy, by the way. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
All right. So you need to kind of come back to join the other side of things where we want to actually, conquer, destroy the
Yeah,
world.
you want
okay.
you want like a good fight. You don't just want like. bullshit.
But I feel like Oda really dropped the ball then with Big Mom. She's not actually an Elbaf because I feel like that's like the
Yeah,
most important thing for a
that
character.
was the
It's like, hey,
plan, but
yeah, that was the plan. It must have been the
changed.
plan. And also, you know what? Let me just sacrifice quality for speed.
I don't
Like
think
what?
it, like
I mean,
I don't
we're
think it's
getting quality stuff.
I don't think
Like,
it's
we're getting quality
it's
stuff
just,
regardless.
Big
it's
Mom
just
on
that
Elbaf is quality by default. Come on.
But I just think that things change. I don't think it's like it's just it's hard because he's clearly had to be
We're
like
sacrificing one thing for another, and that one thing we're getting is quality. So you can't really
remember in Elbaf when he just
We're not getting quality now. I won't deny that. But like for like a certain character, I mean, like Big Mom as a character won't be able to grow any further because her, or maybe not, but like it's hard to say. But her character would benefit a lot from me on Elbaf for sure. Like she'd be like a completed character. That's what I mean. Yeah, fair enough.
Like at the start of the arc, I was like, yeah, we're clearly setting up, you know, Loki or Luffy versus Big Mom, so Loki can clear his name in Elbaf as like the defeater of their greatest enemy, like stuff like that, right? And then the Holy Knights, and then Army pulls up, and it's basically over. I mean, like it can still happen, but like it's pretty much like 10% chance.
We got a few donos here, Christian. Green Tornado. He wants Bonnie and Loki to join the crew. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, you might get Loki if he can shrink down
I
some
hate to
way.
break
But
it to people, but we don't have a lot of arcs left. So whatever that basically will be a part of the crew because we'll have the entire army with
6
us
more
soon. So.
But like
after Elbaf, we probably have what? Elbaf, we have to because we have to have the meet with Vivi. So we have Elbaf. We have to have like the whole Sabo Vivi meeting thing at some point.
Post arc.
Then we have to have maybe on Lodestar. And then after that, I mean, I don't know. Lodestar is also gonna be Emerald City type shit. It's possible. So we kind of
we're not going to the Emerald City.
both.
Stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerald City was great.
That's cut.
Oh, come on.
That's cut. Emerald City's cut.
Bro,
Lodestar's cut.
come on, man. Don't do that. No one believes
Emerald
that.
City was great.
No one believes that. No one believes that.
I reckon we got 3 total arcs left. That's what I reckon.
I want to say 5 maximum.
You're not getting
honestly,
5. Stop it.
I think we can get 5 because okay.
I definitely think we get 5
wait.
if we get like a Zoe Jaya level, like
20 chapter arcs.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
right, exactly. So like for example, if the last pornoglyph is not here on Elbaf, and then we go find it somewhere, let's say there is a guy on the Black Pearl selling around with Captain Jack Sparrow with the porn. Okay, we have to go find that guy.
It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious to Scopa.
Scope is just gonna give it to him after Elbaf. I don't think that's a thing.
That's very likely, but I'm just saying, like, if it is the case that there is something going on there, there's a all black ship with maelstroms and so on. Okay, fine. But if not the case, we have probably 3 or. I mean, I would say we always have to, save some room for the moon.
Final
Shout to the moon. Shout to the moon.
Moon piece. Yes, sir.
Yeah, moon piece. We should have that moon piece.
And Final War, so that's 2. What's the third one? But before
Laugh
Tail. Okay, Laugh Tail Final War. We have to actually get like that meeting. So maybe Lodestar Final War Laugh Tail, or Lodestar Moon Final War Laugh Tail, or Moon Lodestar Final War Laugh Tail.
Might be on the Moon King. You don't know.
Find the Black Pearl, then Moon, then Lodestar, then Final. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can
That might get shot up to the moon when they hit Raftel. You don't know. It could be a battle on the moon.
Hey, fuck it. Whatever it takes.
I'm down
to the moon, please.
Cole. What about the Final Voyage arc?
That'll be like a.
That's gonna be for 2 piece. Okay,
the Final
be
Voyage
after.
arc
Okay?
will be like it'll be like a 20 chapter like montage. It won't be like a full arc.
Something like that. Like they go to all the blues. They go to East Blue. I mean, go to West Blue, North Blue, South Blue. All the blues I haven't gone to.
We got
things like
We got $2 from Breezy Bird. He's asking how many chapters for the Brook and Goko flashback. I'm gonna say half a chapter.
Half a chapter. No, give it 2.
This is gonna be like a senior pig situation. Like I don't know, man. Like
shout out Breezy Bird. Shout out my boy. I'm gonna go at least 1.
One.
At least 1.
Well, we don't know how
Depends.
long.
It's gotta be 2 or 3,
Like,
man. Come on, man.
It better not turn out that Brook was like a Holy Knight guard. Like,
because
Battle Convoy Days had to actually defend the Holy Knights for a second. Yeah. I mean, I
feel like Goko was the princess of whatever nation he was a guard for, and she got snatched by Aimu. Like that's
like a Holy Knight or whatever. Yeah.
Well, hold on, but actually, you guys know that at least as far as I understand, according to the volumes, she actually is she is a Menmayer family
Yeah,
member.
there was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake.
Yep.
She's a Manma.
That's what
right?
I'm talking about, because like,
Yeah.
so Brook had to be guarding Celestial Dragon family.
Maybe she could have been like a Doflamingo situation,
No.
where, like she was lost at sea and like she's a secret Manma, and like Oda could still do that. And then like they have the whole, the Gorosei
Well,
came.
So, like, the
and took
Manmar
us back.
family had
Brook's
ties,
very
some sort of island
familiar with
somewhere.
the Holy Knights, so
Because like,
Yeah,
it could be her
he
mom. Like,
interacted with
maybe
them.
it's not Gunko. Maybe it's her mom, like the girl that we see in the Manmar family that's on God Valley. Maybe that's her. Who knows? But
It could
no,
be a
like, you
Dofi
do see
situation,
Gunko.
but I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Who knows? Yeah.
well,
But,
assumably
I mean,
she
Gunko
was
had ties.
assumably she was punished to be the like a.
But we
like a
How,
but we
how,
know.
how, how do you all
hope
think
she was
that
punished.
her memories are
Really?
erased?
I don't think that's
How do you think
punishment. I
that's
think that's like the highest honor to be
a
Amu's
servant.
like right
I
hand
don't know.
servant.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Punishment.
I
I
don't
don't think makes
think- yeah.
sense.
Well,
Yeah.
most Celestial Dragons have slaves. I think that's kind of like the thing, right?
She's like given authority to like
You know
attack
about Emu's
nations and shit,
existence.
like,
So like the Gorosei have to
everyone
co-sign.
fucking
Like
knows
she
about.
is worthy of
Everyone
being.
knows about Ima's existence now. Like
No.
what, 10 Holy
At this
Knights,
point in
5
time in the story,
Gorosei,
there's no way.
who
There's no
else?
way.
Like
There's no way. I'm
Rocks,
pretty sure maybe only rocks and like the elders. But
Blackbeard.
like I think the Celestial No, but I mean back then the Celestial Dragons they probably didn't know him that he existed. Only just the elders. That's it. But
And the Holy
Gunko
Knights,
was
yeah.
probably there. So Gunko had one of the highest honors of actually like so like the girls have to co-sign that like okay like is this person worthy
Right.
of being one of Emu's mates? Come on.
Mhm.
There's no way
Do
else.
y'all
Like,
think
oh,
that-
yeah, like,
Do you guys think that's passed by blood, or are they chosen for that maid
Oh.
position?
probably chosen honestly. Because I mean, like, so the Manmar family are they always the ones that are mains? Is that like their designation, like the Manmar? Maybe it's possible.
maybe the Figurelands are always the Holy Knight captains or whatever. It's kind of
Right, Captain Commander's right.
Because it seems like Garling's been trying to get that Gorosei seat for his entire life, just by the way he talks to the Gorosei.
Oh, he doesn't care, bro.
Like he's
They're all serving him now.
Look at what we have here, some Gorosei.
Yep.
He just like sits there, he's like, let's get together, brothers.
like I've been taking your shit for 70 years, and now you gotta shut up.
That's right.
I'm finally
You
here.
bums don't do fucking nothing, make mistakes all the time, and then now I'm here to fix things. Garling's been set up as like the right hand man, right, to Armor. Is that what you guys are thinking? Like,
As I think
if-
personally, yes.
If that's the case, who do you think fights him then? Whenever we get to
Dragon,
that
assumably, I guess.
Dragon. Dragon.
Or
Shanks
Shanks.
Shanks
Dragon, a
love
Sabo, something like that.
It
Yeah.
won't be
Okay.
Zabo, it'll be Shanks or Dragon.
We love
Zabo's too
Shanks,
busy
right?
fighting
But he's
Akainu.
too strong. Right, Shanks is too strong, so we have to have someone stall him in the final
Hey,
war.
that's some shit. I get a co-sign. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Like, we need
I
someone
am
to
down
stall
for that
Shanks in the
call.
final
And then
war,
you-
so
Yeah, well, you obviously just because they're related and they have law, you would have assumably you'd have Shanks confront his father or his brother, right? Just
Right.
because,
Right.
just how stories work.
like
But at the
redeem
same
his
time-
bloodline, whatever.
But at the same time, Shanks could really like not give a fuck at all because he already did that in the past. He was already on,
Yeah, but like like,
God Valley.
it's just good.
I mean, not God Valley. He was
it's
already
just
there on
good-
Holy Land.
It's just good narrative stuff. Like, oh, fuck you, son. You abandoned us. It's not the way.
Yeah, but I mean, you could argue that you could have Luffy be a proxy for that in some way because Luffy would be very distraught
but
about
how
how
many-
he
do
has
something.
small
How many
levels. Like,
fights? How many fights
Like,
is
you
Luffy
wouldn't
getting in
beat
the final
Shanks?
war, bro?
It's still
right?
fucking.
Because like,
It's still crazy that 3 Figurelands are on that panel, on that spread.
It's nuts.
3.
Yeah.
probably yes. So you have, I mean, because it's probably Shamrock. I don't see who else could be honestly, unless Rocks is alive somewhere. And that's
Could be
actually Rocks hiding in the
Rocks.
See ya, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's a
Alright,
bad
brother.
man
Okay,
tonight.
it's out.
Yeah.
I know, no. But yeah, it's probably gonna be that because I don't see how it could be another person that's because think of the cats that are worthy. It's like Shamrock is the only other like character that's like probably worthy of like being the final like
Like,
certain things that matters.
I understand Garling. Like, I understand Garling because he's got a position of authority, but like Shamrock on the more like Shamrock on that thread, I don't really know. Like, he's a strong guy, but like, does he
Kobe's
have
there,
the
Christian.
motion? Yeah, Kobe has like
Kuzan's there.
plot motion. There's plot motion with those. Does Shamrock have plot motion?
Yeah, I think you will.
Like, what like, are we going to do like a whole Shamrock plot line where he's like got his own schemes and shit?
He probably does. They probably all do.
I think
or like it's maybe the Finland family as a whole have their schemes. Like it's Garling and Shamrock together. They have a particular because I theorized they probably want to take control of the Holy Land themselves and not Emu in the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like think about it, it's like so like when we think about it, so like most of the story, the Holy Knights haven't made a fucking move. They haven't done a damn thing. It's like why? Why are the Holy Knights like when you have the Rev come for the first time to Holy Land with Sabo and company, a few good men, there's no Holy Knights in sight. We're the Holy Knights. Why they're not doing anything? Why have the Holy Knights? Or let's say when we have Fisher Tiger do his thing, Holy Knights are nowhere in sight. Or like there's recently with with the chaos of let's say Sai and all of these compadres up there, no Holy Knights.
Well, apparently they only deal in Celestial Dragon matters, but I think since Garling has taken Agorosei's seat, they've become more active. I think that's what's going on.
That's the thing. Yeah, I feel like it's because of Garling. Garling could actually probably said, we're not going to be involved in this. You guys are on standby. And it's not until Garling takes the spot of Elder, now you see them like actually mobilize outside of the Holy Land. It's like, oh, what the hell? So you guys can do stuff. Yeah, because Garling is in the right spot now. Garling's in that right spot to make his moves. It's all about Garling.
And I imagine the Gorosei wanted to keep the Holy Knights like not doing much so they don't undermine their authority as well, right?
I can buy that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Game of Thrones situation.
Right.
Yeah, because they're all not down for the cause. They're all trying to obviously get what they can get out of the throne and shit because they're evil scumbags. That's a funny thing. Like people were upset that Jay Garcia was like a villain, and I'm like, why did you expect this guy to have any nuance to him at all? Like.
He's a celestial dragon, bro.
Yeah, he's the king. He's like the highest celestial dragon. You think he's gonna have like nuance? Like, I doubt it.
And the dude's brutal. And the dude is brutal as hell. I mean, but they're all like that. They're all like, I mean, what is it? Like, all celestial dragons get their mindset from the elders. The elders predate them. So when they come in there with their rhetorics of all humans are insects, they're dirt, they're trash. Remember, folks forget. The elders are also celestial dragons too. They're just the highest one.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But what's Noshjiro's financial policy? All right, we need to find out what his tax plan is.
It doesn't work.
That's policy. One is full of gold. Get the gold. End of story.
That's right.
Take everything. That's his thing.
So print more money. Print more money. Just keep on printing money.
Let's get some Elbaf predictions going. Like I think we're obviously about to enter into Act 3 because we usually get the flashback at the end of Act 2. So we're probably gonna get fights after this. So what do we think is gonna happen?
I want Sanji and Zoro to fight the Holy Knights and not Dory and Brogy. I think the Holy Knights are a better matchup for them, just proportion wise, because you don't want tiny dudes fighting fucking huge giants. It'd just be a weird fight. So I think the Holy Knights are better. Zoro versus Killingham, probably Sanji versus Summers.
What do you think, Raycon?
I was going to say, piggybacking off that, I honestly do Usopp's going to be the one that takes Dory and Brogy because he's going to be the one that saves them in some way, shape, or form. And we gotta have like a David Goliath-esque thing in this arc too. So I think if he's the one who ultimately takes them out of that demon zone they're in, it would be a beautiful moment, obviously, for Usopp because of how much he loves them.
Yeah, full circle.
But it would be a great moment for all of the giants because this is what it actually means to be a warrior. You don't have to be a big, strong. You can be a weakling, but still have that warrior mentality. And I think that's why Usopp would be the best for that.
Would we be satisfied if Loki fights Dory and Brogy? Would that be satisfying?
No.
Yeah, like so. There's no one for Loki to fight. So bring him
he's
up.
Injured, so I guess we can't be satisfied. So like, remember they said before that he is taking some more time to recover. So if that's the case, then we probably just have to deal with that.
Luffy said, "I can't wait to see him fight."
Yeah, he literally said, "Free me, you need my power." Before this flashback started.
True.
So
yes.
He's going to be doing something.
I agree. Yeah, he should be fighting. But he may not be able to fight at full power, hence we may not see him fight a full power opponent.
I mean, more Holy Knights might get summoned in or whatever. Loki, like,
But right
Shanks
now,
might
maybe he's
get
in there
come back.
doing all sorts of chaos. Or maybe I guess what you could do is that, like, if you don't want to have, let's say, Gunko be the main fight for Luffy, you could just reinsert Shamrock back into the arc. And then Shamrock is like, what the hell's going on? You guys taking way too much time. So even send me back here again. And then you could have that Shamrock versus Luffy's fight be the fight for him in the arc. And then you have Loki fight against Gunko or Gun Emu. That could be a way of showing off his real power in full effect.
Bane comes in with the 2 and asks, like, where do you, like, Recon, where do you actually think Loki's power caps out at? Like, is he better than Big Mom Kaido, or is he, like, lower? Like, what do you think?
Because it's a scaling series and it keeps scaling higher, we're definitely going to see some Kaido Big Mom-esque stuff. I don't know if I can scale them like much higher than them, but I think we're going to see something in that vicinity. Like, I definitely think we're seeing some Yonko level stuff from
like
from
for me, just from this Rocks flashback and how much Rocks is just talking about hell to full power, bro. Like, I think we're gonna get ready for Loki to be like top 2 all time. Because of that fucking mural, he's right next to Luffy. He's dude. The amount of gas is ridiculous.
Is that him? Dude, relax, bro.
Well, Shanks beat him already, so he has to be 3rd, right?
I know, but he could get stronger and shit. Whatever. It was 6 years ago. You know what I mean? But
he's been chained up.
I would say he's like almost
Crocodile. Did that stop Crocodile?
Christian, I don't like this propaganda that you're weakening.
I'm like way more conservative. I'm
way
more conservative. I would say he's probably like in like the top. He's just outside the top 10. I would say he's probably
Cole always
he's
famously
beating
needs
like
to see feats, right?
maybe, but that's as far as I'd go with that. I'm not gonna go until we get more information about Loki's power.
You know what's funny? Yeah. Everyone's measuring stick is admirals. If you're like, you can be an admiral. Like, yeah,
they're a good measuring stick. Bro. Can be admiral. Yes or no?
Cole, come on, man. You don't see that mural. You see Loki on there, and you're saying top 10.
I think that could be an ancient giant because he has
ancient
giant blood.
That's right now. That's the future. That's not the past.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's actually the past. I think that World 1 and World 2 are the past. I don't think it's the current age. Because you see the ancient kingdoms, I think that's what happened in the past with the ancient kingdom. I think that we don't see World 3 or whatever is mentioned in the Holy Text. I think World 3 is something that's being hinted at afterwards. I don't think that. I think this thing has I think the mural, which is separate than the actual Holy Text, has no sort of like prophetic thing going on about it. It just shows what happened in the first world and second world. That's what I think personally. So I see them as ancient giants, not Loki.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's a prophecy, dude. I think it really is Loki. And that whole left side of the page, the future for sure. Left side.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
I got you.
Because like to me, okay, so if that is the case, then it's like, well, then that's kind of showing us that hey, like at some point we are gonna see like BB or Emu take control of the actual treasure stuff or the Eternal Flame, and then we have the company. And then every time we see Nika or Joy Boy, it's always in the same vestiges of what we see in that mural. It's always with the sword and shield. For the most part, at least, diving in there in full Nika form. And then we see the coalition of the 20 kingdoms against at least those ships that are bottom next to Emu, which kind of, so I think aligns up way more with what happened 900 years ago than anything in the future, because it should be different in the future. You won't have 20 kingdoms because actually some of them have defected, so it wouldn't be 20 kingdoms. It'd be maybe, but you do have, other allies, like you have HOs involved, you have Seraphim involved, like things like that. Like if you have other things like that in the mural, okay, fine. Like we're not even gonna cook. I don't see that.
The only argument I have for that is Emu with with those 20 kingdoms was fighting against like Joy Boy and his boys, whereas like in this particular mural we have like Luffy, the representation of a potential Loki, a potential Momonosuke type of character, all those that we have like in the present time that are fighting against the Emu squad from now, whereas it felt like back in the day.
So I mean,
no, go ahead.
I would say that because I think there's a chance that's actually not Emu. I kind of said before too, where it's actually a good chance it's not Emu, but it's more like it could all be very descriptive or all figure of speech, where it actually represents the overall accumulation of the darkness or the opposing side of things, rather than actually be like this is literally Emu. That's what I think too. And also because I think it depends on how things roll, because there's something that's interesting where if you go back to the calendar of One Piece, there's certain ages, and then there's the age of heaven, and then there's the age of the sea serpent or the sea circle, some of that sort. And I feel like if there's some sort of entity or deity that could represent that could not necessarily Emu, but it could be that entity or that deity from the bygone age of heaven that ended in the first world. And then that piece of it, that Horcrux of it, could be now Emu. So it's not necessarily Emu, but could be something that's entirely that spawns from that. That's so it gets more complicated there. But all I'm saying is that it may not be so like literal 1-to-1, because otherwise it kind of loses like the mystique of the mural, I think.
Yeah.
So
All right, let me ask you this question, Cole. Let me ask you this question. Would you put Harold would you put King Harold in the Emperor lineup of his era?
Of his era, that's possible. I won't deny that. But I don't know if he's like
You
actual
Rox,
Emperor level,
Harold,
like per se.
Roger. Would you say that's the order? So you
No,
got
I would
Rox?
say Roger. Actually, no. I would just say it'll probably be Rox and Harald. But Harald's not a pirate per se, but is he like one of the strongest rulers at that
I
point
don't
in
know,
time?
but, like, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, power level wise.
Power
Would you
wise,
put him in the top four, power level wise?
I'll put Harald over Rox at this point. I mean, over Roger at this point in time. Roger's too young. I think that he's probably stronger than because I think that Roger gets his peak powers when he's actually the great pirate Goldie Roger. Like before he was terminated. I mean, terminated. Before he was Kracer's words. Before he was diagnosed with the illness. Right. I think.
Yep.
That's when he was at peak Goldie Roger, when he was the great pirate. So that was the era of him, Shiki, Whitebeard, and early Big Mom. That's the peak Roger era when he's at his peak powers, but not beforehand. So Roger in his 30s is not peak power Roger. That's what I'd argue.
Okay. So it's kind of like Luffy. We expect Luffy to be at his peak after he finds treasure, or when he finds treasure.
Yeah. That's the idea. Like that'd be like peak era, peak power Luffy. That's EOS Luffy. Correct.
Right.
In fact, you can argue that. Let's say they do a special. Because I guess he could do, let's say, what they did with Naruto, or Naruto actually in his peak is in the movie, the final movie after the series is over. So you can do the same thing here. Let's see, the last, right? So you do the same thing here, where like you have a movie after One Piece is over, and then that'd be like peak Luffy essentially in that movie. It'd be like, let's say 5 years after Luffy found the treasure, Pirate King, remnants of Emu's faction or whatever the fuck, and then Luffy comes in there, is like, oh shit, like look at me, I can now make the entire moon into a rubber disc. Like get ready, kid. Like okay, this guy, he's him.
Cole,
right.
Cole, did you see the new figures coming out of One Piece Day?
The only thing I saw was the trailer for the live action, and I saw the cards, the ones that the JJK made.
There's a new figure. There's a new figure.
And then the Legos.
Cole, you have to buy this figure. It's Luffy gripping up Kizaru. You have to buy it.
Wait, what?
No, wait. Send in the chat. You gotta send in the chat.
Yeah. Put that shit in the VC, bro. I need to see this. There's no way.
Let me.
It's Luffy gripping up Kizaru. No. It's hilarious, dude.
Come on.
You gotta buy it. Man.
Yeah, show me this shit. ASAP.
You got it, Eric?
Brother.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty. I think it's pretty big.
It's pretty big, yeah.
I don't care what size it is. I'm gonna buy it.
But just wait for the Pizarro figure, Cole. You gotta wait for the Pizarro figure.
The Pizarro. I'll put it in the Twitter DMs.
Okay, that's okay. That works.
Look at that shit.
Dude, no way, bro.
Oh, you're gonna buy it, man. That's gonna be in the background of every video.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes. Now we're talking. I will go to Japan just for that, dude.
How am I gonna show you this
hell
on
yeah.
stream? Hang on, I can do this.
I'm sure my chat right here. Now, this is something I need to buy. Absolutely.
That's nice.
Wow. What?
Now,
Yo, Kizaru.
Now we just need somebody to make a figure of whenever he turned Garcia and Kizaru into pizza.
They'll do that. They'll definitely do that. What if it's like got a motor in it and the pizzas spin?
Oh, that would be peak. That would be crazy.
Dude, this is
like
incredible.
the Buzz Lightyear toy from back in the day. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. But I saw the Legos. It looks like the Legos are looking pretty good.
I just wish it wasn't the live action, but
the live version, which is like weird, but we'll take it. I mean, because like at least we're getting One Piece Legos, and actually we'll probably do some of those on stream. But speaking of live action, the trailer looks pretty good. It looks good. Like they've honed their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you, what,
Like,
what did you,
but
what
like,
did you think
remember, like, the
of
first teaser
Loki?
that came out for, remember, it's 2023. The first teaser that came out looked like pretty
It
mid.
looked like shit.
Compared to
Yeah.
this one right here, this one looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Rogi looks
Yeah.
good.
What they do
Yeah.
like extra buggy in Alveda section.
Well,
like it
they're
looks
there
like they were doing a
in
whole
Lockdown.
Yeah, I
like.
think
Lockdown,
so.
it looks like it. Yeah.
On Lockdown,
Yeah,
yeah,
nighttime.
on Lockdown.
Hey, no Garp or Kobe sighting at all, so maybe they cut that plot
Right.
line. Hopefully.
They finally listened to
Smoker from
Oda.
Marines.
They finally listened to Oda. Oda told them 20 times not to put Garp and Kobe in it, and they didn't listen. And it was the worst
I was
part of
Because
season 1.
think about it, like, but like, it doesn't make much sense to not have like people recognize that. Oh wait, you have the same fucking name as Garp, dude. You relate to Garp? Like, it makes a lot of sense, you know.
Right.
But I would say
what
it
you guys
looks
think
really good.
what you guys think of Brogy? When I saw that, I was like, ooh,
I like
It's
this.
good camera work.
Yeah, same.
Like, we appreciate the camera work. Instead
Brogy
of,
looks
like,
good.
CG.
Vivi Tree Throw, she looks pretty damn good. As per usual, she looks
You're,
great.
you're Cole.
Um,
You ready for the best Sanji moment to ever happen?
What?
Mr. Prince? You ready
Let
for
me look
Mr.
at it.
Prince?
Oh, Mr. Oh, fuck yeah! Well,
Dude, I
best
can't wait
moment,
to
I
do
don't know that, but it's a top fucking 10 for sure. Mr.
Sanji
Prince,
fans
I'm
have been
there.
holding on to Mr. Prince for 20 years. It's not. It's
Mr.
never,
Prince
it's not happening
is-
again. It's never happened.
Is it? I mean, well, folks say that when we have that fight against the Crossgate, we're gonna have Sanji versus Crocodile because Mr. Prince versus.
That's where's
Uh,
Crocodile Sanji's final
Christian-
fight.
Yeah.
Christian thinks
Oh, you
Crocodile's
want
gonna
that?
be Sanji's Raptor fight is gonna be
Man,
Crocodile.
Fuck no,
Zoro's
man.
fighting Zoro.
No,
That'd be
no.
hilarious.
Fuck
Yeah.
no, dude.
That's
Fuck
too
no.
Zoro's
much.
fighting Zoro. Sanji's fighting Crocodile.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of final things, okay, so I had a run through about like what's gonna happen in the future, and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, hold on, is it possible? Because see, let's say with Zoro and with Gabon and Sanji, what he said about him having Kakasaki, I don't know about that one, but is it possible to where on Shanks' crew, also Yasop and Rue have Kakasaki as well?
Yes.
Because I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Absolutely, I am.
I'm down. Shanks upscale? I don't care what it is. I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
always. You got 4 people on this crew, all because if Rocks had guys that Big Mom, Kaido, let's say Whitebeard all had Kagasaki. He himself had Kagasaki too. Why not Shanks' boys? So you have all those guys. So yeah. Chat, not just Ben Beckman, but also you have Lucky Roo and Yasop. Yes, that's right. All right, Mr. I get the milk and I don't come back home.
All right.
Conquerors hockey.
Bro, he annihilated Bartolomeo for no
So-
reason. Alright, he just
I
Love
gotta-
to see it.
You know what, Cole? I can see
Conquerors
it
hockey
because,
fuse bullets.
I can see it because
Sure.
back in chapter 957, when they introduced Shanks and they first showed his bounty, they specifically said, like, yo, he's rocking with Yasa, Lucky Roo,
Yes.
and Ben Beckman. Like, they were specifically, they brought no one else's first mates up, but they brought up Shanks' 3 commanders. So I was like, hey, they might be
Yes.
rocking that. Seriously. They
Don't
really
forget
might
about
be.
Monster. Don't forget about Monster.
I love it. All true monster.
Bro,
Yeah, I
how did kid think he could beat the redhead pirates?
Delusional.
I don't know, man.
How?
Delusional.
How?
Bro.
Those were the
Remember,
great-
they said
those were
too,
the
like,
great
yo,
chapters
Shanks,
of all
sit
time,
back. We
dude.
got this shit. My man came in there with an admiral level bounty,
Even
and then
Cole,
Rue said, "Now we got the sheep."
Even King of
You know, he's-
Lightning himself thought that kid would at least get a hit off. I'm like, nah, one shot. And then he
I
got
thought one hit, but I did. But I told Brago, but I said, Brago, listen, I'm telling you right now, there's a chance that he just was one tapped,
Cole,
and that's what fucking happened.
Cole,
I
that
told
was
Brago,
so
to his
mad.
family, like, this
that
could
was
happen,
so
dude.
mad because that just
It
proved something
was.
to him. They wanted the
But
source.
listen, to this day, man, it's amazing, bro. And then people, Kid actually was like, weaker than King of the Wildfire. Like, get the fuck out of here. You got
So I got work in 10 minutes. So let's just
yeah.
discuss One Piece in 2025. How do we feel?
10 out of 10 go. What do you mean?
honestly, it's amazing. So far.
I feel like King Recon. How do you feel about it?
Dude, it's been awesome so far, and honestly, it feels like it's just gonna keep getting better because we still have the God Valley stuff. We got the God Valley stuff left with in the Loki flashback, the emotional Loki stuff after that with like its dad and however that flashback's gonna end. And then when we get back to the present,
with
which I
Mosa,
still
sure.
think gonna happen at the end of the year, dude, when we get back to the present and we start seeing Loki move, Luffy, Zoro and Sanji,
That's
and
gonna be
everything
one of the
happening with
old-time
Hope Knight,
panels of like it's gonna be like March
Sir.
Long Park all over again, but like Loki's in the background.
Bro, I imagine it the same way that remember when Shanks pulled up in chapter 1076 to go fight Kid like in that situation. We had that double page spread with the whole Shanks crew
and it's gonna be a cliffhanger, and it's gonna be a 2-week like break, and we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sick, dude.
Cole, have you seen the volume? Have you seen the volume sales? Like it's great. Like Japan eating up Elbaf.
They're going higher. Yes, this is I think I think there was one that did. How much did it did? One volume do? I forgot 3 million or 2 million.
1.3.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, 1.3. Yeah, 1.3. 1.4. Yeah.
I will say for me, the manga and the anime has been very good. It's just that the franchise as a whole, I want to see more. Where's that game? Where's the merch?
So I think problem is that we had like a break in the anime for a while.
Yeah.
That Fisherman Island rework thing, and then it felt like, and then obviously we had to change voice actor for Frankie Kazuki Yao. Appreciate you before you do. The new voice actor takes some time to get used to. Toto from JJK, it's still weird. I'm gonna lie to you, bro. But I think because of that break, and then over the last year was more like flip-floppy. We're kind of still like recovering from like all those breaks, but now we're kind of seeing more locked in because the anime's been back and forth for a minute.
Where's the film announcement? It's been a while.
The film announcement we haven't gotten in a minute, and then it's crazy because if in the One Piece Day stream, they're still announcing DLC for Power Warriors 4. Like, what the fuck?
Bandai Namco did cancel a One Piece game, so I think there was a One Piece game in the works. They did cancel it though.
Because that's crazy. Because One Piece needs an actual really, really strong game. Like it needs whether it be a fighting game, an RPG. Like it needs a really strong title game. It needs.
We need our
Budokai cycle. We just need that cycle of like hyping ourselves up, and then we get like a mid game. We just need that cycle.
Right.
It's One Piece is so
the
big
live
now.
action also was gone for 3 years, but that was like a crazy tidal wave of hype when live action came out. So now we're back. So that's coming.
I think the third season will come out pretty quickly because they're probably filming. I think so too. At the same time.
Yeah.
Right. Agreed. I assume, or my guess was that they can probably have that come out in 2027, and then while they have season 3 come out, they're filming season 4. So hopefully in 2028, so they can try and let's say do it either a yearly or at least bi-yearly because a 3-year difference between seasons is crazy. Because like Iñaki is 21 years old, started at 19. It's not coming out until he's 22 years old, right? So imagine when you like Taz or you have McKenyu or you have Emily, they're older. It's like, oh shit, like, we're gonna be like doing what? We're gonna be maybe getting to the stuff with Crocodile by the time we're like almost approaching 40. It's like, like like
they probably shot all of Alabasta as well.
I hope so. But then what about Skypiea? What about Jaya? What about that kind of stuff?
They're not gonna make it to the end of One Piece. I mean, there's like 23 seasons I'd have to do or some crazy shit.
You have to have a change of cast of characters or actors. The problem is that I don't know if you're gonna have people or you can find people that are gonna.
What if they do Oda's original plan for One Piece and just do the Warlords instead of or just do that instead of like adding? Because you remember Oda's original plan was 5 years, wasn't it, for One Piece?
Something like that.
What if they just make Oda's original plan sorta like the original plot?
Like the original One Piece they had in mind?
The original idea Oda had for 5 years of that plot. Maybe
really?
Because like there's no way they get to Raftel. Like no way, it's impossible.
Pretty hard.
I mean, AI might be crazy.
I mean, they're not going to reveal what the One Piece is.
Damn, son, they are able to like age down. Oh, they age down so much through the AI.
Shit. Could you imagine?
I mean, I guess if they it would make sense in terms of the timeline because that's the way it probably should be in One Piece is that they age. But it's One Piece has only been 2 years, and
but not years between arcs.
I mean, at least like Luffy's journey should probably be 10 years if we're being like honest.
Yeah. Rogers was, but he's done like less than a year.
Well,
Yo, real quick before we end it, because you are my Shanks boys. What did y'all think about the Child of Destiny?
Because
I've been thinking about it for a while. Dude.
Endless gas.
I think here's my thing. All right, I'll keep it short. I think that honestly, I was a sign that he was probably like similar to Kaido, but more so like by the Roger crew, they viewed him as like a Joy Boy candidate or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he could have been a Joy Boy
And
individual.
It's just obvious based on the context of that whole entire scene that was the plan for Shanks all along. Like,
oh, okay, cool. Okay. Oh, okay. So same answer. Yeah. Well, like, because what was it like? We don't know what Roger told Shanks before they went to Locktail, but I think it was possible where they could have known about Joy Boy even when they were going over to Laughtail.
It's just
and
sad
then,
because like I think it gave Shanks a lot of character in those two panels because he wanted to be free, but he's like shackled by his his responsibility.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Where I feel like he himself actually. I feel like Luffy freed him in a way. I think Luffy kind of freed him in many respects. I think Luffy coming in there doing what he did. I think that's when he actually became. Honestly, probably that's when he really focused on becoming not necessarily like a guardian for the treasure, but really focusing on balancing and maintaining things as they are to kind of maybe prime an environment for someone like Luffy to thrive in.
Yeah. 100%.
All right.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Well, we keep our eyes closely on Shanks. He might appear in this flashback at the end. We might get Loki.
He will. Yeah, he definitely will.
He will. He has to. Because they have to have the whole thing with like him and the bonding going there. Herald. Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate everyone turning up for this special episode of 400. Like the channel, subscribe. If I'm sure King will keep streaming, so if you wanna continue whatever he's doing, you can jump over there.
Actually, no, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna stream later tonight. Yeah, I'm head out. I'm streaming late tonight again.
Okay.
So
Yo, Cole, have you started watching the summer this kid died on Netflix? That anime?
The summer this kid. Oh, Hikaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
It's reaction bait central.
It kind of is, because it really is like.
It's suspect.
It's no. Like it's not like they're like confirmed. Like they roll yaoi yaoi, like for sure, without doubt. It's for sure. Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah.
We appreciate everyone turning up. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, no doubt.